Wise guys. Wise guys. Wise guys. Wise guys. These guys know sports. Yeah. These guys know sports. These guys know.
Welcome to Wise Guys. These guys know sports. Sitting alongside my co-host, Clarence Nixon. What's up, Clarence?
What's up, man?
What's going on with you, man? Today is Wednesday, November the 20th?
Yeah.
Man, getting close to Thanksgiving. Remember, follow Wise Guys on Twitter at WiseGuys_H. Also on Facebook, Wise Guys. And be sure to follow Wise Guys on Instagram at These Guys Know Sports. We got an action jam-packed show, Clarence.
Yeah, incredible show tonight, man.
So many things we're going to get into. We're going to talk about Lamar Jackson versus Deshaun Watson. We're going to talk about LeBron James as he has had a triple-double against every NBA team.
Year 17.
In year 17. We're going to talk about Tua's injury and what kind of impact will it have for the Alabama Roll Tide. Also going to get y'all our Week 12 predictions later on in the show. Break down a couple games. Cowboys, Patriots, Packers, 49ers, Colts, Texas, man. Big time show today.
Yeah, it's going to have fun today, man.
For sure, man. Let's start off in the NFL as Myles Garrett had his suspension heard in front of the NFL today. And the NFL suspended Myles Garrett for his role in the Steelers-Browns brawl last week in the Thursday night matchup. Myles Garrett was suspended for the rest of the season. Mason Rudolph, I believe, got fined. Marquise Pouncey, he ended up getting 3 games.
Yeah.
Ogilvy, the linebacker for the Browns, he got 1 game. So, we didn't get a chance to talk about this because it happened a day after our show clearance.
Yeah.
But you know, everyone was talking about the brawl between the Steelers and the Browns.
Yeah, he swung that helmet, man.
Yeah, so question for you, what did you make of the entire situation, and do you feel like the NFL got it right with these suspensions?
I definitely don't think they got the suspensions right. I mean, Myles Garrett, he deserved to be suspended for a year because his actions led to something that, Rudolph can press charges on.
Yeah.
And, I just seen that, and I'm like, wow, these actions is all crazy. But I don't agree with, how Mason Rudolph only get a fine while everybody else gets suspended. He started this fight, and he didn't really get punished like how everybody else got punished. Yeah, he got punished in money, but not games. Marquise Pouncey and Myles Garrett and Larry Ogunjobi, if I pronounce this right, they suspended without pay.
Yeah.
And Mason Rudolph's still playing, but he's getting fined. I don't like the decision that the NFL made. I'm against it, man, because I feel like if one apple falls from the tree, they all gonna fall. And I just felt like he needed to get suspended just as much as Pouncey or even Larry Ogunjobi.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think they got it wrong because I felt like Myles Garrett had to be suspended for the year. You got to send the right message if you're the NFL.
Yeah.
You can't take a player's helmet off and swing it at him. Like, that is a weapon.
Ridiculous.
If he would have hit Mason Rudolph in the head in a certain spot, he could have killed Rudolph. You got a helmet, that's a weapon. I understand the NFL and why they suspended Myles Garrett. He deserved it. He had to be suspended. I believe he should be suspended for 6 games. If the Browns happen to somehow make the playoffs, which I think is very unlikely, but if they happen to somehow make the playoffs, I actually believe Myles Garrett should be allowed to come back because I believe Myles Garrett retaliated against Mason Rudolph. Mason Rudolph doesn't get to play victim in this situation, Clarence. Mason Rudolph was the instigator because Mason Rudolph tried to take off Myles Garrett's helmet.
Yeah. That's
That's what the problem was, but he wasn't successful. Myles Garrett was successful at taking off Mason Rudolph's helmet. But that doesn't mean that you don't get blamed for your attempt. Like I said, Myles Garrett was wrong because how he responded. Again, it's like you get into a fight. You punch somebody, and then that person punches back, and the person that got hit first kills the person. You can't do it. You can't shoot them, but you got to go to jail because of your retaliation. But the person who started it should also get blamed in this situation. And Mason Rudolph deserves some of this blame. He don't need to play victim for me. I think Mason Rudolph deserved to be suspended at least 3 games. At least. Because he was the instigator in this whole situation.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you on that, Trey. He kicked them in the private part. They act like they didn't see that happen,
Yeah.
but it obviously happened. I feel like he should have got suspended just like how Pouncey or Larry, I keep messing up his name. Larry, I call him OG.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call him this OG.
Yeah.
Because his name is so difficult to even pronounce. Larry OG, he should have been suspended just like him. Yeah, one game wouldn't kill him, and plus they playing the Bengals. This coming Sunday, they should have suspended him, for my Bengals, but that can be to a different subject, man.
Yeah, I also believe that Marquise Pouncey didn't deserve to be suspended at all. Because I felt like Marquise Pouncey was just defending his quarterback.
Right.
He was just defending his quarterback. Marquise Pouncey wasn't even actually the person that was involved. This was Mason Rudolph and Myles Garrett. All basically Marquise Pouncey did was defend his quarterback at all costs. I don't think Marquise Pouncey deserved to be suspended in any kind of way. I believe Mason Rudolph deserved 3 games. I believe Mason Garrett deserved the 6 games. When people kept saying he should be arrested for criminal charges,
that was ridiculous.
That was ridiculous. I completely disagree. I disagree.
Yeah.
Because I felt like all he did was what Mason Rudolph tried to do. Mason Rudolph tried to take off Myles Garrett's helmet. Who knows what he had done? Everybody keeps trying to say, well, he intended to try to hurt him when he took off and swing his helmet. I think Myles Garrett was just basically swinging a helmet like, oh, we playing that game? That's what we doing? We getting helmets? We taking helmets off?
Swinging helmets.
It makes no sense. But also, it didn't make no sense either for me because Mason Rudolph, in this situation, all the Steelers had to do was take a knee. The game was over.
8 seconds in the game.
It was 8 seconds left in the game.
Wow.
The game was meaningless. And that's another reason why Mason Rudolph deserves some blame here. Because Mason Rudolph was mad because he got picked off 4 times in this game. He had one of the worst performances we've seen from a young quarterback. And he was upset. He was in his feelings because the Browns' front 7 was all over him all night long.
Yeah, I agree with you right there. That was just a sucker. That was just a sucker move. What the NFL is doing. There's only fanning Mason Rudolph $35,000. They ain't gonna hurt that man's pocket, man.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
It don't make no sense. I just feel like that they probably look at him. Oh, he started it, but he didn't do too much. Yeah, Garrett did too much and he's punished. But Mason Rudolph should be punished. He does this all the time against teams. He always pick on defensive players, and he always get away with it, man.
He does. He does. I believe Mason Rudolph should be suspended 3 games at least. 3 games, and I'll be happy. I'm good with Garrett getting 6 games. If the Browns somehow make the playoffs, which they won't, I believe he should be able to come back for the playoffs. But other than that, 6 games is enough. But again, the thing is, now we live in a day and age where social media and everything is caught on camera.
Yeah.
And I think what happened was in this situation, the optics look bad. The optics look bad because Myles Garrett's taking a helmet and swinging it at Rudolph. And it's bad. You got to get suspended for it. But to say he should have been arrested and walked out of the stadium in handcuffs is ridiculous. To say he should be suspended going into next season, I disagree with that. I think you suspend him for 6 games because he was wrong in this situation, but the optics looked bad. And I think the NFL sometimes, they suspend players because of public outcry. Instead of actually suspending players for the actual, crime that they committed or whatever they did wrong. They suspend players a lot for the outcry.
Oh, yeah. Definitely, I agree with you on. I definitely agree with you on there. Sorry for the delay, man.
Yeah, so that's how I feel about the situation. We got a couple weeks. We got a lot of people saying too. The Steelers are saying, the reports from the Pittsburgh Steelers, they are saying that the reason why the NFL suspended Marquise Pouncey for 3 games is because the Steelers and Browns play each other coming up in 2 weeks.
Right.
So they saying that's why they suspended him. They wanted to keep him out of that game. What you think about that?
That was just a petty suspension, man. I agree with you there. Pouncey, he should not have no right. But at the same time, it's a policy in the NFL that you can't mess up or go against. So I think they were just playing the safe side for the NFL was just playing the safe side to suspend him so it won't look even bad on him. Oh yeah, on bad for the Browns because they probably have some stuff to say. And plus, both of the organizations got fined $250,000. So they both got what they both deserve,
Yeah. Let's move on. Let's talk about Deshaun Watson versus Lamar Jackson as the Baltimore Ravens beat the Houston Texans 41-7. Deshaun Watson went 18 of 29, threw for 169 yards, 1 interception. Lamar Jackson had an MVP performance. He went 17 of 24, threw for 222 passing yards, 4 touchdowns. Gus Edwards had 8 carries for 112 rushing yards. So my question for you, Clarence, is: was this good Ravens or bad Texans?
Let me just before I answer that question, I just want to say this: Deshaun Watson is definitely out this MVP race until he redeems himself. I'm gonna just say that right then and there. But I'm gonna just say that it's bad Texans. It's bad Texans on them. One, they have a terrible O-line. Two, the running game is not fearful how the Ravens' running game is. And three, they only have one legit receiver like Deshaun Watson can actually throw it to. And you know what? It was a bad call that DeAndre Hopkins didn't get that pass interference. You know, it was a bad call. But you got to keep playing. And the thing is, Deshaun Watson got sacked 6 times. The O-line gave up on him before he gave up on the team, man.
Yeah.
And Lamar just outplayed him. And he did a fantastic job getting everyone involved, and they just executed.
Yeah. I believe this was actually good Ravens, though, because 3 out of the last 4 weeks, the Ravens have played playoff caliber teams. The Seattle Seahawks, the New England Patriots, and the Houston Texans. And they won all 3 of these games going away. They played great football. And let's just say this right now. Let's put it on record. The AFC North is a done deal. It's over. The Baltimore Ravens are going to win the AFC North. And it's a good chance the Baltimore Ravens are going to host a playoff game in the second round because they're going to get home field advantage. I think it's a foregone conclusion now that the Baltimore Ravens and New England Patriots will be the 1 and 2 seeds in the AFC playoffs. And Baltimore will have the road to the Super Bowl come through them. They have played outstanding in this game, and their secondary has been much improved. That trade for Marcus Peters midway through the season was a great trade for Baltimore because they got a great secondary. You got Jimmy Smith coming back, Marlon Humphreys, Marcus Peters, who played great in this matchup, and you still got my man Earl Thomas at safety leading the way. The Ravens playing some great football right now. They only a half game back of New England for the number 1 seed in the AFC, but they own a tiebreaker over New England. So if New England fall or they slip, Baltimore going to be right there for that number 1 seed in the AFC.
Well, who do you actually think? Who do you think the third best team is in the AFC behind the Patriots and the Ravens? You think the Ravens gonna drop to a third seed and be a wild card team? Absolutely not.
No, I said the Ravens are the top 2 seed with New England. New England and Baltimore are the top 2 teams in the AFC.
In my opinion, the AFC is weak.
It is weak.
It's weak. It's people dealing with injuries. Players are not building. Their chemistry is way off, and you got these newcomers, Lamar Jackson, and destroying the league. And you said, he beat 4 playoff teams. And I'm gonna say the Houston Texas game was the worst. Deshaun Watson should feel disgraced because he had poor performance and he didn't execute how we expected him to. I honestly thought it was a shootout, man. I thought it was gonna be a big shootout because I was so pumped for it.
Yeah.
I'm so pumped for it. Like, man, this is about to be like a 50-point game, probably the Giants around. Wrong. It was embarrassing, man.
Yeah, but I don't think Deshaun Watson has anything to be ashamed of. He had 1 bad game. On the season, he still has 18 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, thrown close to over 2,600 passing yards. Deshaun Watson still is a legitimate MVP candidate, Mr. Nixon. Like, you're wrong about that. Like, he still is in that conversation. I think Lamar Jackson and Russell Wilson are the 2 favorites right now. But I think Deshaun Watson, along with Aaron Rodgers and Christian McCaffrey, are still on that second-tier MVP conversation.
If it was a third place, I'll give it to Christian McCaffrey before Deshaun Watson.
Nah.
Yes.
Nah.
He had 11 catches.
He balling.
He balling.
He balling, but you know they're going to give it to a quarterback.
Yeah, of course. It's a quarterback-driven league.
And it's a quarterback-driven award. So because it's a quarterback-driven award, they rarely give it to a running back. It's rare.
They need to make a running back award, basically.
But let me ask you this. After this performance, would you still consider the Texans amongst the elite in the AFC?
You know, this loss was like precious bad in my opinion. And this game just really matters. Like, can the Texans win out? Because they got a big one coming against the Colts.
Yeah.
For right now, I don't think they one of the like amongst the elites because they still have pieces that they need to get fixed. The O-line is terrible.
Yeah.
First of all, Laramie Tunsil was a bad pickup. A bad pickup because he hasn't like progressed. They still giving up sacks again. What, 4.5 sacks a game? Deshaun Watson is probably his third with 30 sacks on the season. That's bad, man.
Yeah, defensively, I was surprised in this game because the Houston Texans are one of the best teams in the NFL at being able to stop the run. But in this game, the Ravens punched them in the mouth.
Oh, yeah.
The Ravens literally punched that Texans front 7 in the mouth. They had no answer for that Baltimore Ravens rushing attack. The Baltimore Ravens had 263 rushing yards in this game. Yeah. So they literally controlled tempo, they controlled the pace of the game, And the Texans had absolutely no answer for that Baltimore Ravens rushing attack. And it begs the question to ask: do the Texans miss J.J. Watt? You gotta ask that because they got beat up front in this game. And I know J.J. Watt would have made a difference, but here's the thing:
I'll make a difference of what?
J.J. Watt is one of the top defensive players
He's
in the
one of the
NFL.
top defensive players in the NFL, but he wasn't gonna make nothing change. This is Lamar Jackson we talking about.
Yeah, Lamar's balling. But I'm just saying, I think you got to ask that question when you get beat the way they got beat up front. You got to be like, well, I wonder if J.J. Watt would have made a difference. But overall, in this game, what we saw is and found out, the Texans already know their playoff destination. We already know what's about to happen. And what's going to happen is they'll get a wild card team, they'll host a home playoff game, and then in the second round, they'll go and play either in Baltimore or in New England. And that will determine their season. That's about to happen. That's what's going on because they're not going to get a first round bye. They're not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So now what's going to happen is we'll find out if they'll have an opportunity and if they can beat either Baltimore or New England at Baltimore or New England. That's what's about to happen.
Yeah, I'm going to definitely be tuned in for that because that game right there is going to basically prove, is y'all going to the playoffs or not?
What game?
The Patriots and this Texans game that's coming
up. Yeah, but I still think they'll make the playoffs because I think Houston will win the AFC South. I believe they'll win the AFC South still.
Well, Thursday, it's going to come between them two teams. But I agree with you on there. The Texans still has a chance, but it's very short.
But you got to think about it right now in the AFC. More than likely, the Texans are going to play in a wild card game. They'll play maybe the Colts, the Raiders. These are some of the teams, the Bills. I believe that the Texans will beat those teams.
No, not Buffalo.
Texans will beat Buffalo.
I like Buffalo.
Stop it. You think they're going to beat Deshaun Watson in Houston?
I'll take my chance on that.
No.
I'll take my chance.
You think Josh Allen going to roll up in Houston and beat Deshaun Watson?
Josh Allen is basically the white version of Lamar Jackson.
Oh, stop it. You need to be drug tested.
You
don't even think about mentioning Josh Allen in the same breath as Lamar Jackson.
What
are you talking about?
Second in rushing touchdowns behind this man.
You need to stop.
No, I'm telling you, man. This Buffalo team has improved.
Buffalo ain't beat Houston. They ain't gonna beat Houston in the playoffs.
I'll take it. I'll take the risk on that.
That's not gonna happen. We can talk more about it if it happens. I'm just making a point. Houston gonna host a home wild card game. They'll host the game and we'll see what happens. Like I said, I think they still win the AFC South because I think the Colts they playing well. We're gonna talk about that game later on because Houston played the Colts on Thursday night. We'll see what happens. The Colts got to win on Sunday against Jacksonville, but it don't mean much because that was a bye week. But that's another thing I want to say too, because in this 4-game winning streak that the Ravens have had over the last month, one of those games came against your Bengals. That was a bad week. So that game really don't count. I can only give them so much credit for the 3 games. That it doesn't count.
Andy and AJ ain't playing, man.
Right.
And
it don't count.
Andy has a winning record against the Ravens, man.
Let's talk about the Ravens. Let me ask you about that. Do you think the Ravens are the best team in the NFL?
No.
You don't?
I don't think just yet.
Not yet.
Because there's the GOAT still playing, and he's still playing at elite level, even though he's 43 years old.
Elite?
Look, he probably not playing at elite level, has passing yards, but leadership and I still think Brady and them, they still the best team.
Wait a minute. So you saying Tom Brady's playing at an elite level?
He's not.
And hold on, because let me give you some of these numbers. In passing yards per attempt, he's 25th ranked in the NFL. And his passer rating, he's 21st ranked in the NFL. His completion percentage, he's 19th amongst NFL ranks. And his passing touchdowns, he's tied for 16th. That's elite to you? Man, Tom Brady ain't playing at an elite level? Because we're going to talk about him here shortly.
He always start off slow. That's one thing about the Patriots. They start off slow and they catch right back up.
Tom Brady's name doesn't deserve to be in the conversation amongst elite quarterbacks anymore.
Tom Brady always gonna be in the conversation.
No way. We'll talk about him shortly. We're gonna talk about him in a minute. But real quick before we move to the next topic, I believe right now you can put the Ravens in that conversation as being the best team in the NFL currently. Right now they only allowing 20 points per game, and that's ranked 6th in the NFL. So defensively, they're really playing great football. And they're the only team in the NFL to not allow opposing team touchdown on the opening drive. So they're basically setting the tone defensively in the beginning of these games. That's how their offense is getting into a rhythm and a flow, and they're dominating at the end of the games with Lamar Jackson in that running game. But overall, Lamar Jackson is doing this without any significant receiver. Who on the Ravens at the receiver position is an elite receiver? Name me somebody. Can you help me out here? Like he's doing this with running backs and tight ends. He don't have any elite receiver to throw the ball to. He don't got a Tyreek Hill like Patrick Mahomes has. He don't have a DeAndre Hopkins like a Deshaun Watson has. You know what I mean? He don't have those kind of receivers.
Well, Lamar is basically proving to other players like you don't need an elite receiver to be elite. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He's doing it with serviceable players, a rookie receiver. And I'm big on Hollywood Brown. I think he's gonna be a superstar in the making. But the only way he's got to get better.
Yeah, he got to get better.
He definitely has to get better.
But I just think now we can really start. I think Lamar's starting to separate himself in this MVP conversation. I think Deshaun is still in the conversation, but I think Lamar has separated himself. It's just him and Russell now. It's just him and Russell going nip and tuck. Russell had a bye week in week 11, so we'll see what happens in week 12 because I think the Seahawks play Philly. We'll see what happens, but I think Lamar has separated himself, and again, it's very impressive that he's doing this without a true elite number one receiver.
Yeah.
Pat Mahomes got Tyreek Hill. Deshaun Watson got DeAndre Hopkins. Lamar Jackson has
Mark Andrews.
And
he's playing great this year.
He's playing
man.
great.
You gotta give him credit. Mark Ingram is playing great this year. You gotta give him credit. 8 rushing touchdowns. That's leading the team, man.
Yeah. Well, let's move on and let's talk about something that everybody's been talking about over the last 4 or 5 days, and that's Colin Kaepernick. On the Wise Guys page, I believe it was Monday, we had a question: will Colin Kaepernick play again in the NFL? And we didn't get a chance to talk about this last week because the announcement came out after our show, I believe. But everybody's talking about Colin Kaepernick and his workout with the NFL. Colin Kaepernick obviously canceled the workout with the NFL, had his own separate workout about 50 miles from the location where the NFL had theirs. It was a lot going on with this situation with the NFL and Colin Kaepernick. And so basically the question for you here is, Clarence, what do you make of this entire situation with Colin Kaepernick in the NFL? Because it's a battle going on right now. What you think about it?
You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, my honest opinion, Colin Kaepernick don't want to play football. He wants to break the NFL. He wants to show people what the NFL really is. And I don't have no problem with that because, right is right and wrong is wrong. But, he's basically beating them at their own game. He changed the sites in Atlanta. He wanted to play on his platform. He didn't want to sign no waiver. Did you see that waiver that they wanted him to sign?
It
was bull crap, bro.
Yeah.
Bull crap. I just felt like that right there, the NFL didn't want to sign him from the jump because he's still gonna be kneeling, and he's still not gonna do the national anthem. He's not gonna do none of that.
Yeah.
I think all he wants to bring out the bad things about these NFL owners. And some people actually agree with him on that too because some of these owners hasn't been right to their own players.
Yeah. I believe the NFL created this Colin Kaepernick workout for a PR stunt.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it was. It was a PR stunt. And they knew good and damn well that Colin Kaepernick wasn't going to get signed.
Yeah.
And the fact that they said they weren't going to allow media into the workout to watch Colin Kaepernick throw the ball down the field, go through his progressions and all that, this shows you they did that because the NFL wanted to paint their own narrative and say, oh, Colin Kaepernick can't throw the ball down the field anymore. And Colin beat the NFL at their own game, and he said, you know what, I'm going to have my own separate workout so I can show people that I can still play in the NFL and I can still throw the ball down the field effectively. NFL, this was a PR stunt because the NFL, what they wanted to do was they wanted to paint this picture like he had a chance. And what it was, they wanted to basically put it out there and make it seem like, hey, we did everything we could to give Colin a chance. We did everything we could to give him a chance to get signed by an NFL team. And they basically wanted to do that because they wanted to see what the public outcry would be. I feel like I ain't feeling it. I think Colin beat them at their own game. But I also feel like on the flip side that Colin really doesn't care about playing in the NFL again. Yeah. And the reason why I say that is he doesn't care about playing in the NFL again because he didn't capitulate to their rules. When you work for a company or when you asking for a job, in certain aspects you do have to capitulate and go along with what they're saying if you want that opportunity. So he obviously doesn't care about playing in the NFL again because he is saying, I'm going to do it my way. I'm going to do it on my terms. And I respect Colin for that.
I'll definitely give him 100% respect right there.
Yeah, I respect him for that because he's doing it and he want to go about it in his own terms, do it his own way. And he basically want to expose the NFL for what they really are. And the NFL ain't fooling me. I said it from the get-go. They're not fooling me. They had too many stipulations. It was too much going on, and I felt like they only did this workout, and they want to do it on a Saturday, knowing good and damn well teams are getting ready for the team they're about to play on Sunday. They're doing prep. At the end, teams that are the home teams, they're at home watching film, getting ready for the team that's flying in. So they knew it was only going to be certain scouts at this workout, and they did everything they could to try to play their cards like they really was trying to give Colin a chance, and that never was the case.
Yeah, that was definitely like a PR stunt, but I honestly don't know. Do he even want to come back to the NFL? I would love for him to come back because he's still a talented quarterback. But I respect for what he's doing, and I respect for his decisions. So I just stand with that. Like, hey, if you think that's what's best for you, then you just do it. Then now you have my support, honestly.
Yeah, I agree with that. And then, like I said, when you talk about all the quarterbacks in the NFL, there ain't no way in hell you're going to be able to tell me that Colin Kaepernick is not on the roster or doesn't deserve a spot to be on the NFL roster as either a backup or a starter. I believe Colin Kaepernick can still be a starter in this league.
He's better than most of these quarterbacks.
He's better than most of them. Most of them. Your
most
Bengals could use him. Seriously,
we don't need Kaepernick, but we can settle with Finley. I'm gonna just clear that out.
Right now, imagine Colin Kaepernick with the Bears. Imagine with the Bears, because when he was playing with the San Francisco 49ers, those San Francisco 49ers teams was built on their defense.
Yeah.
But Colin Kaepernick offensively was doing a great job as a dual threat quarterback, making plays with his feet, making plays throwing balls down the field to Crabtree and Vernon Davis. Colin Kaepernick actually was a winning quarterback when he was playing for the 49ers.
I agree with you right there, man.
And I believe he would do great with the Bears right now. He'd do better than Trubisky, because Trubisky is terrible. He's terrible.
See, I was more like thinking of the Carolina Panthers, because they already have a legit running back, a future receiver, and a solid defense that can still get fixed up.
Yeah.
But that's just my.
Let me ask you a question about the Carolina Panthers, by the way.
Right.
When it comes to Eric Reid, Eric Reid, him and Colin Kaepernick are friends.
Yeah.
And Eric Reid has been very outspoken in his support for Colin Kaepernick through this entire situation. What do you think about Eric Reid and his position when it comes to Colin getting back in the NFL? Because Eric Reid, he done called out Stephen A. He said Stephen A. a coon. Stephen A. Is a sellout. He done called out Jay-Z, saying he's a sellout. What do you think about Eric Reid in his position as far as this situation goes?
I think he's just a big supporter for Kaepernick because he see how the NFL was doing him, and he stand by him and support him. Like, it's a lot of people that support Cap that's still in the league. Like, Kenny Stills. He called Jay-Z a sellout too, because he just felt like, why you just doing it for the money? But see, I disagree with that. I thought when Jay-Z and he basically had that relationship, when he created that relationship with the NFL, I thought it was in support of Cap to give Kaepernick a chance. I just realized like Jay-Z doesn't want to bring politics to the NFL. I just think he don't want them type of problems because they'd be bigger than what it is right now. Yeah. So I just think he's just trying to smooth everything out. People saying, Kaepernick messed up what Jay-Z had. He ain't do nothing. He did it on his own terms, man. But I believe Jay-Z was the reason why Colin Kaepernick even had an opportunity to work out for the NFL on Saturday. I think Jay-Z was behind the scenes on this. I really do. So I disagree with Eric Reid when he tried to call Jay-Z a sellout, when I believe Jay-Z's intentions was to be able to work with the NFL so the NFL can understand how we feel about social injustices. And it's also funny to me, too, I want to say something else. It's funny how Colin Kaepernick, when he initially started kneeling, he kneeled for police brutality and the social injustices that we deal with in our country. Yeah. And it's funny how everything that he initially kneeled for is what's happening to him now not getting back in the NFL. Right. There's no way that Colin Kaepernick shouldn't be playing football. But we know what it is. The NFL and the owners are basically colluding against Kaepernick. And exactly what he kneeled for is exactly the reason why he's not playing now. And it's funny how things work out. It's like, man, I kneeled for police brutality and social injustices, and now he's going through it now with the NFL and being blackballed. Yeah. It's crazy. It's just ridiculous how this all panning out. And I looked into that waiver myself. Like they basically saying like if you want to sue us, you won't have the chance to sue us. Right. And knowing Kaepernick probably would have sued them because they probably were trying to chip him out of his money or make him do something that he don't want to do. Yeah. It's just very petty on the NFL owners that they even set this up for this stunt thing, and it was just a waste of time.
Yeah.
Waste of time, man.
It was a waste of time. It was, but like I said, there's no trust amongst the two sides. Colin Kaepernick don't trust the NFL. The NFL don't trust Colin Kaepernick.
Yeah.
So at this point, to be honest, I don't think Colin Kaepernick will play again in the NFL. What you think?
Now, I honestly think he's not going to ever play in the NFL.
Me
man.
either. I think it's over.
I think he just wants the attention towards him. And that's not a problem either, though. That's not a problem.
It is a problem.
Well, you want the attention
Because if you want the attention towards him, that means people are going to question what you were standing up for to begin with. Why were you kneeling to begin with, Colin? Like, so you can't say that. You can't say, oh, people want all the attention. I don't think this is about that. I think he just basically trying to expose the NFL for what they are. But if he wants the attention on him, that's a problem because people are going to question, you really wasn't trying to bring attention to social injustice for real. You just want the spotlight to be on you. So you can't say that.
So he'd be considered a sellout, basically.
Nah, I wouldn't even say a sellout. It's just your position. You lost leverage, and you basically if you saying it's all about you, if you want this all about you, Colin, that means you don't really care about social injustice for real. Like that's how some people feel. But we can move on.
What's up, everybody? Just tuning in to the podcast, man. Make sure y'all hit this like button, and you share the podcast.
Yolanda Fraser said, "Really?" I wonder what she's talking about.
What you talking about, Yolanda?
Yeah,
saying
what
really?
saying? Yeah, what's she saying? Got a couple comments on here. It's
Yeah.
a great day. Remember, follow Wise Guys on Twitter at WiseGuys_OH. Also on Facebook, Wise Guys. And be sure to follow Wise Guys on Instagram at These Guys Know Sports. Let's get back into some football. Whew. Let's talk about the New England Patriots and the Philadelphia Eagles. The Patriots beat the Eagles on Sunday afternoon, 17-10. Tom Brady went 26-47, threw for 216 yards. New England clinched their 19th straight season where they're going to have a winning season. Carson Wentz went 20 of 40, threw for 214 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 fumbles. So the question here is, what was your biggest takeaway from this game?
Carson Wentz, the Philadelphia Eagles, just a big mess. Injuries is just derailing that team. So you even look at players that they don't want to play no more. That energy in that team is gone. Like, remember Orlando Scandrick? He said that the Philadelphia Eagles is still living in that Super Bowl moment.
Yeah.
Well, it's over now. It's over. It's gone.
Yeah.
They need to move on and start actually paying attention to, like, the teams they have coming up next.
Yeah.
And, Seattle is a tough team coming in. I just think they're not focused enough on the team. Like, they have so much to worry about. And then you start questioning Wentz. Like,
Yeah.
This is your team. What are you doing, man?
Yeah.
I just think this Eagles team is really not that good as they was in the past. And I honestly don't have them going to the playoffs because they looking bad. Injuries is derailing this team.
Yeah, we'll talk about that here shortly about their playoff hopes, but when it comes down to this game, once again, the Patriots defense was dominant, and it carried them to victory again. Because offensively, the New England Patriots are terrible. Let's just call it what it is. And we were just talking about Tom Brady. We now have a 10-game sample size of evidence to say that Tom Brady and Father Time is winning this matchup. Like, Father Time is undefeated. And Tom Brady looks every bit of being 42 years of age. Like I told you, on this season, he's struggling. 14 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, completing just 64% of his passes. And this is close to being Tom Brady's worst season as a pro. Like, he's struggling. Like, he really is struggling. And in this game, it's gotten so bad for Tom Brady, he's not even leading his team in touchdown passes. Julian Edelman had a touchdown pass in this game. And it probably was the best throw of the afternoon from the Patriots. Like, it's that bad.
Low scoring affair, man. You know how a short game is going to be, man.
Man, Tom Brady ain't looking too good. He ain't looking too good, but he's a Hall of Famer. He's the most accomplished quarterback in NFL history. But his time is up. And now the defense is carrying this team. Man, also, I'm going to say this, too. This team, I can't believe I'm about to say this, they miss Antonio Brown. This team missed AB because they need some type of receiver help. They don't have no legitimate receiver down the field that's making plays for this team. They really miss Antonio Brown. And, Gronk, he retired.
Yeah.
So with Gronk retiring, they don't have no legitimate tight end they can get a ball to in clutch moments and say, give me a first down. It's just Julian Edelman. Mohamed Sanu hasn't really played well so far. Like, I think this Patriots offense is struggling to the point where it makes you wonder, in the playoffs, can they maintain or sustain some drives to be able to help their defense? Because their defense is outstanding.
It definitely starts with the run game. but the run game hasn't been on point. It hasn't.
Yeah, hell.
It's just been terrible. But can the Patriots still win the Super Bowl with this struggling offense though?
I'm not so sure because last year they struggled offensively, and then they got the run game going late. They got the run game going late, and it was going in the playoffs. But they got Isaiah Wynn coming back. He's a tackle for the Patriots.
That's only one lineman though.
It's only one lineman, but I think he'll help them in the running game for sure. He'll help them establish a running game, with James White. So I think he'll definitely help them in that aspect. But they put a lot of pressure on that defense to keep getting stops, and that defense got to be legendary for the Patriots to win games.
Or Brady has to be legendary, man. Just to say it, this Brady has to be legendary, like he always is in the playoffs, man.
He always legendary in the playoffs. Last year he was alright.
He was alright.
He should have lost in the AFC Championship game. If it wasn't for D4 going off sides,
no,
they would have won that playoff game.
The Chiefs' defense was just terrible. Terrible, man.
That's the point I'm making. You making my point. That's why Tom Brady ain't that great.
Nah.
He wasn't that great in the playoffs last year.
Blame that Chiefs organization for that defense that they had the years back, man.
Yeah, but the thing is, they got to get better offensively. So let's talk about the Eagles. Do you think the Eagles have a shot at the playoffs?
Oh, of course not, man. Of
No?
course not. Oh, no.
Why not? Why?
No. Look, I'm going to just say this. The Cowboys is about to win the NFC East. They about to conquer the NFC East.
You sure?
I promise you that. Look, this Eagles team is dealing with injuries. They playing with rookie running backs and fourth-year running backs with Miles Sanders and Jordan Sanders, and they even got another player, Boston Scott. That team right there is dealing with so many problems.
You need to stop.
No, I'm not
The
stopping.
Cowboys ain't winning the NFC. You know why? The Cowboys struggling with Jeff Driscoll. Okay, they struggling with Jeff Driscoll. They barely beat the Detroit Lions on Sunday afternoon. Clarence, you need to stop it.
It was on the road.
It don't matter. You going up against Jeff Driscoll. Okay, you should be able to beat Jeff Driscoll going away.
So you're expecting a blowout from the Dallas Cowboys?
Yeah, you going up against Jeff Driscoll? This ain't Matthew Stafford. Then you going up against Jeff Driscoll. The Cowboys this year, when they go up against playoff caliber teams, they lose. They lost to the Packers. They lost to the Vikings 2 weeks ago. They lost to the Saints earlier in the season. Anytime the Cowboys go up against legitimate competition, they lose.
I'm just telling you, the Cowboys, I think they found their rhythm because they're playing excellent football that you can't decline, man. And the Eagles is playing poorly. Why would you think the Eagles still have hosts playing and they don't have majority of their players back, man?
Listen, I'm going to say this, too, about the Eagles. I admit, and I'll concede. Because before the season, this wasn't the case, Cowboy fans. But I'm a believer that Carson Wentz is better than Dak Prescott. But this ain't the day to make that argument. Because Carson Wentz is struggling. Right now, Carson Wentz is ranked 27th in completion percentage and 31st in yards per attempt in the NFL.
Terrible.
He's struggling.
Bang.
But earlier in the season, it wasn't Carson Wentz's fault because they were dropping a lot of his passes.
Yeah?
Early in the season, those receivers were dropping a lot of his passes, and there were questions about Carson Wentz's leadership. A lot of people feel like that this Philadelphia Eagles team, they responded better to Nick Foles when Nick Foles was the quarterback. I think Carson Wentz is still more talented than Dak Prescott, but I will admit that Dak Prescott is playing much better this year. But even with all that said, I still think when the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys face off against each other, I believe it's week 16, I still believe the Philadelphia Eagles will win that game.
Crazy,
and I
man.
still think the Philadelphia Eagles are going to win the NFC East. Because guess what? Cowboys got the Patriots this week. That's a loss. The Eagles got the Seattle Seahawks. I think the Eagles got a better chance of beating the Seahawks than the Cowboys do of beating the Patriots.
Man.
Come on now.
Ridiculous, man.
So you
just basically said, look, Tom Brady is struggling. And he's struggling, right?
Yeah.
And you think that Zeke and them can't get the job done on the road? I'll take that gamble. Because Prescott is playing amazing football, man.
He is playing good.
That you can't decline. And Mario Cooper, he's actually playing for that contract this year that he just said moments ago.
But against the Lions, it was actually Michael Gallup. He was balling out.
He was balling. They all was balling. All three of them was balling, man.
So now you a Cowboy fan.
I ain't saying I'm a Cowboy fan.
So when they get in the playoffs, when they roll up against Aaron Rodgers or Russell Wilson or Drew Brees, you gonna pick the Cowboys to win?
See, when we get to them games, we'll see.
No, we'll see, huh?
Yeah,
we'll see, huh? I know.
And they playing great football. But I know the Eagles is definitely not making the playoffs.
We'll see what happens, because I still think the Eagles will win the NFC East. Hold me to it. Facebook, y'all hearing it right now. He got the Cowboys winning NFC East. I got the Eagles winning NFC East still. Because I know this week the Cowboys going to lose to the Patriots. And I think the Eagles got a chance to beat Russell Wilson and the Seahawks. We'll see. We'll see. We'll predict our games here shortly. But also one more thing. Lane Johnson, his injury was a key factor in this game.
Yeah.
Because when he was in there, they were up 10-0. When he went out, they lost that 10-0 lead, and obviously the Patriots scored 17 unanswered points. That's a key factor as well. Let's not forget, Carson Wentz has dealt with a lot of injuries on the offensive side of the ball this year with the Eagles.
Yeah.
They have. They just re-signed Jai back, I believe, on their team.
I think he was on vacation, man.
He's on vacation. I didn't even know he was off their team.
I thought he was gonna sign with another team, honestly.
But they just brought him back. Earlier in the season, Alshon Jeffrey had some injury issues.
Inconsistent.
They didn't have this. They had Deshaun Jackson all season long, and Deshaun Jackson was an important factor in that offense. He's a deep threat. He basically opens up the field for other players to get intermediate passes. So I think the Eagles will still get together. I still think they win the NFC East. Clarence says no. I say yes. Let's move on.
Ridiculous, man. I can't do this. All right.
Let's talk some NBA.
Ooh.
Let's talk about LeBron James. Your boy. We're going to talk about LeBron James as last night LeBron James was the first player or became the first player in NBA history to have a triple-double against every NBA team. So, my question for you, Clarence, I don't know how you feel about this because we never talked about it. So we're going to get it right here live in real time on our show. Where do you think LeBron James ranks amongst NBA greats? Do you think LeBron James should be in the conversation with the GOAT, MJ, or is he the GOAT? What do you think about that?
First of all, LeBron James is not the GOAT. Just yet. Just yet. You got to win a couple more chips. And I don't think he consider it. But I think he is in that argument as the GOAT, though. Because listen, the style of play he brings to the table, you will never get that from nobody else like LeBron James. That he can carry a team to the finals. You would never get a player like that, man. LeBron James is a special player.
Yeah.
Someone that you would die to have on your team. Someone that you would just give up. Not even everything. You just give up 4 or 5 first-round picks. Like Paul George did. But that's not the thing. LeBron James is a special player, and he spends actually $1 million. $1 million on his body to keep his body in shape. And I think some of these other players that's coming up, elite players like Kyrie and them, they need to take some steps in him. Spend some extra bread to get back healthy. Because he in year 17, balling.
Yeah.
Balling, man. He's definitely balling.
Is he the GOAT?
He's not the GOAT, but he's definitely in that conversation. I want to put him over MJ.
Is he top 3?
Top 3. See, man, you're tipping my hat there, man. I would not put him in my top 3 because it was other greats. I respect the LeBron James. I get a lot of respect to him, but who do you think the top 3 players of the greats you think?
Honestly, I would say the top 3 greatest players of all time for me, I always go off of what I watched and what I've seen.
Right.
Like, I think MJ, I think Kobe, and I think Kareem. Those are my 3. Because I believe, I get tired of the LeBron fans pretending as if LeBron is better than Kobe. He's not. He's not. Stop saying it. LeBron fans, witnesses, he's not better than Kobe Bean Bryant. I wish I would stop saying that.
He's a better passer.
Stop it. We talk about greatest of all time. You talk about passing. That's what you really gonna bring me?
I mean, passing is the game of basketball, right?
But who's the more dominant scorer? Who's the more clutch player? It's Kobe Bryant.
Dominant scorer, I definitely got to get that to LeBron, though.
LeBron ain't no more dominant scorer than Kobe Bryant. You need to stop.
If you had 250 running to you right now, you more likely to go get out the way.
Man, look, Kobe Bryant is a more all-around scorer than LeBron James could ever dream of being. On his best day, LeBron James couldn't shine Kobe Bryant's shoes when it comes to offensive scoring the ball. Ain't no way in hell. LeBron James isn't even a better scorer than Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant's a better all-around scorer than LeBron James.
Kevin Durant's a better scorer than Kobe.
Man, I ain't argue that.
Yeah.
I ain't argue it, but I think they the top in MJ too.
He's 7 feet.
That's MJ.
You not stopping no 7 feet from scoring like how Kevin Durant does.
I would say MJ, Kobe, and Kevin Durant are the 3 most dominant scorers I've ever seen. Seriously. And no people want to throw Harden in there, not yet. But Kevin Durant is unstoppable offensively. He's unstoppable. But I'm gonna get back to LeBron real quick because I don't believe he's even in the conversation for the greatest player of all time. I think he's a top 5 player of all time. I'll say that. But I think Kobe is still better than LeBron. I think Michael Jordan is still better than LeBron. I always feel like the problem I have with LeBron is he had too many disappointments in the finals. Like I would what happened with LeBron James in the finals against the Dallas Mavericks and Dirk Nowitzki in 2011. That would never happen with Kobe Bryant or Michael Jordan. Like ever. Like I think it was one of those games in that finals. When? So tell me a finals where Kobe and MJ was scared to shoot. Like I was watching that finals and LeBron was timid. He was passive. Like he didn't take the bull by the horn per se in that moment. This your hold on real quick. I got you. This your first opportunity to have a chance at winning the NBA title. And you let Dirk Nowitzki and JJ Barea beat you in a 6-game series? Like, Wade was looking for LeBron in the finals that year. Jason Terry, but JJ Barea was on that team too.
Yeah.
Give some respect to JJ Barea. Put some respect on that boy's name. He was playing in that finals. But Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh, they was wondering, they was looking for LeBron to take the bull by the horn and be the best player on the floor in the finals. And it didn't happen.
I think
he folded under the pressure. That's what happened.
Yeah, I think he was averaging 17 points, 8 assists, and 8 rebounds. So he had like a solid stat line, but it wasn't enough to win a 10. I'm going to just tell you that.
Yeah, he was playing terrible. I think in one of those games in the finals, I want to say LeBron James didn't even attempt a shot in the fourth quarter. Like, it was that bad. Like, you could look at him in that moment, and you could tell that LeBron was literally fearful. Like, the moment was too big for him or something. That would never happen with Kobe.
He had to realize that he's the #1 player in Miami. He had to realize that.
Right, but here's the thing, though. What LeBron had to develop into, Kobe and Jordan came into the league with that mentality. Kobe and Jordan had to develop into any of that. Kobe and Jordan came into the NBA with that killer mentality, and they showed it on the court. Anytime it's a clutch moment, how many times have we seen Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan make big-time clutch shot after big-time clutch shot? It's been times I done watch LeBron, they want to say, well, this is witness's argument. He made the right basketball play. I don't want to hear that.
LeBron is definitely as clutch. He's just not, like, you know, like he's not more resourceful like it's down, but he has definitely earned that clutch.
Okay.
trophy.
Is LeBron James, would you consider LeBron James a closer?
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
LeBron James is no closer?
Yes, and I have proof for that, man.
Show me. Where?
I have proof for that. Definitely against that series against the Boston Celtics when he hit them 2 threes back to back. He basically closed it out. He basically closed it. And what else? I can take him further back. 2007, 2009, right? 2007 he played against the Orlando Magic. And then
that was just when he lost.
Yeah, but the game won. He closed that game out.
He hit a shot. See, it's a thing. It's
No,
it's not different.
It's close the game out.
No.
Anyhow,
No.
because I seen Paul George close my favorite New York Knicks team out. That's when Melo was on there. With a mid-range jumper, man.
Listen, see, I think you are misunderstanding the difference between a closer and hitting a big-time game-winning shot. Robert Horry, you think Robert Horry a closer? Ain't no way here Robert Horry a closer. A closer is a player that gets the ball in the last 2 minutes. I always say closing time is in the last 2 minutes. You say, give me the ball, and the opposing team already know where he's going. Like the opposing teams, when they was playing Jordan and Kobe, they knew the ball was going to Jordan and Kobe. And Kobe and Jordan didn't give a damn. It didn't matter. That's a closer to me. You made a game-winning shot, that was happening. That was not a closer.
I'm pretty sure that LeBron had the ball in his hand in the last 2 minutes because his team was not scoring how he wanted them to score, man.
Yeah. Has LeBron had clutch moments? He has. But has he been consistently clutch throughout the course of his 17-year career? No! Kobe and Jordan was clutch from the beginning. Like, they was clutch from the beginning. Think about it. Michael Jordan in the finals.
See, I'm not arguing Michael Jordan's stats. I'm not arguing that because I know he can close the game out.
Right. But I'm just saying, Michael Jordan, when you talk about the GOAT conversation, Michael Jordan never let an NBA Finals go past 6 games. Michael Jordan cut all the suspense. He cut all the fun out for the NBA fans because he was ending series in 4 or 5 games. Like he literally was ending the suspense. Like you had no suspense when Jordan was going up against these teams like poor Karl Malone and John Stockton. Because if it wasn't for Jordan, Karl Malone, John Stockton, Charles Barkley, Patrick Ewing, these brothers would have a ring. But guess what? In LeBron's era, Kevin Durant got a ring, Steph Curry got a ring. You know, need I go on? These players got rings. Dirk Nowitzki got a ring. Like, in Jordan's era, they wasn't getting rings. But Kobe, in his era,
Olajuwon got a ring.
Olajuwon got a ring. He did. But that was a year when Jordan sat out.
Hey.
He sat out that year.
He basically ran the 90s, so you got to just throw something in there. Look, Houston Rockets won back-to-back. I get it. But, you know, Jordan, he's a great closer. He is.
Yeah.
But I think LeBron, he should get some credit in them, too, though.
LeBron's top 5 NBA great.
I ain't saying
He just ain't on Kobe and Jordan level for me. That's just how I look at it. It just like I said, for me, it was too many times where I watched LeBron and he'll make that pass at the end of a game, and I'm like, LeBron, shoot the basketball.
He's not
Like, shoot
making
the ball.
that pass no more.
No, he's gotten better, but he still makes the right basketball play. No, like LeBron James is the kind of player to where he'll leave it to a role player to have to go and answer questions in the post-game press conference about why you missed the shot. Kobe and Jordan, they want that. Oh, I missed it. They sit right there and tell you, I missed the shot. It was on me.
Kobe is a skill. I give you this. Kobe is a skilled scorer. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
He got his own academy of skills. Kawhi Leonard go to his academy. Paul George didn't get invited because he wasn't that good enough, and I think that is true. Like he can't close the game out, but Kobe, he really set the tone for closing games out in our era when we.
I agree. He did. And another thing too about LeBron, when he went up against the San Antonio Spurs, he got swept. Like nobody
They
expected.
playing a great Tim
But
Duncan.
nobody expected LeBron to win the finals. But what I expected was you to at least give me one.
He wasn't getting you one.
Give
that
me
team.
one. But
That
here's the
team.
thing. Remember what Golden State? The year when LeBron dropped 50 in game one and J.R. Smith had the blunder. They got swept in that finals. Just give me one, LeBron, because guess what? Iverson got the Sixers won against the Lakers and Kobe and Shaq. He got it one. Just give me one. I'm good. Just give me one.
Iverson is a generational talent. That leads to a different conversation.
I'm just saying. One more thing too. I want to say this too about LeBron. Like LeBron he's a great passer. He's a great point guard. Like honestly, he's great. Like the problem is
Great facilitator.
he's a great facilitator. He's great. In his prime when he played defense. He don't play defense no more. When he played defense when he was with Miami, he was great at it. Like at times when he wanted to guard the opposing team's best player, he did it. Now Melo gave him some buckets a couple years though with the Knicks. Like when Melo was we're gonna talk about Melo here in a minute, but Melo was giving LeBron buckets a few of those times when the Knicks went up against Miami. Like I said, with LeBron, I just think his overall mentality, as a player, I always question. Like I like an assassin. That's how I like Magic. Magic was great. That's just what I like.
on Assassins, right?
I like the player that's gonna say, "Give me the ball. I'm gonna take us to the promised land." That's just what I like. And then, how much do the championships matter to you? When you talk about all-time greats in the NBA, how much do championship factor into your ranking when you come to the NBA all-time greats? How much do it matter?
Like out of a big percentage, like 75%.
Okay, good. Okay, because for me it's the same. Like I think basketball and football are different in this aspect. Like in football, when we compare greats like Aaron Rodgers, Joe Montana, Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, those quarterbacks, they don't get a chance to play defense against the opposing team's quarterbacks. So when you having that quarterback comparison and that conversation, you can't compare Aaron and Tom Brady and Peyton Manning only so much because they didn't get a chance to go up against each other. Basketball different. See, basketball, I get a chance to play defense. So that's why I believe I judge those players and I expect them to win championships, and I kind of judge them different in that conversation because you got a chance to play defense. LeBron went up against Kevin Durant in the finals. You got a chance to go up against KD and say stop Kevin Durant. Those finals when Kevin Durant was winning finals MVPs, it was too many times I saw LeBron switching off Kevin Durant and Rodney Hood was guarding, Cal Korver, J.R. Smith. I was like, LeBron, what the hell are you doing? You need to take on responsibility and guard KD. KD cooking tonight. You're the only chance the Cavs got it. That's the difference for me. You get a chance to be able to play defense. And I always felt like Kobe and Jordan, they took on that challenge night in and night out. I felt like it was times with LeBron let Shane Battier with Miami and sometimes play the guard both teams' best player.
Probably one
What
of
you
the
doing?
greatest 3 and D players of probably not them all, but one of
But you
them.
need your best player to take on that challenge in that moment.
Yeah, definitely.
You need it. Let's move on.
Let's just move on. You know what time it is.
Wise or lies?
Segment. So we got the first one, man. The Raptors, they defeated the Hornets in a brutal beating last night. It was bad. It was 132 to 96 to improve to 9-4 on the season. So is it wise or lies to say the Raptors can win the East?
That's a lie. Because the Raptors aren't better than the Sixers or Celtics. I told you about them Celtics. Celtics playing great basketball. Went on a long winning streak to start the season.
Yeah, that was.
The Celtics playing some good
But
basketball.
lost to the Suns.
It happens. They're on the West Coast.
Yeah.
They in Boston. They're on the West Coast. So they had a mishap in that game, but I think it's a lie. I don't think the Raptors have any chance in hell at making the finals.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you right there because Philly, they look like the favorites for the East, but the Boston Celtics, they creeping up in the Eastern Conference, so it's getting very interesting. I told you, man, Toronto might get a top 4 seed, but they might be first round exits, man.
What do you mean that Boston Celtics creeping up? Boston Celtics are the #1 team in the East right
That's
now.
what I'm saying. They creeped up. Remember, they started off the season slow.
They ain't, oh, you said creeping up.
Yeah, they creeping up.
Oh, they already there.
Yeah, they there, but
You just
you know, they
started
started
right.
Yeah, they started out slow.
Because I got the Eastern Conference Finals. I got Philly and Boston. That's my Eastern Conference Finals matchup. Or let's not forget yours. I think you got Milwaukee
And Philly.
and Philly. Yeah. I think Philly and Boston both better than Milwaukee.
I just don't think like Boston match up with Philly, man. They don't match up with their bigs, and they're very big down there.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Let's move on. As the Atlanta Falcons won their second straight game
Hot
over the Carolina Panthers, 29-3,
Atlanta.
and Kyle Allen threw 4 interceptions. So is it wise or lies to say the Panthers should reconsider keeping Cam Newton? Is that wise or a lie?
I think it's a lie, man. I don't disagree with that, man. It's time for him to go. His time in Carolina is done. I think he should start a new path on another team. I honestly think he's done in Carolina because Carolina's looking in a new direction with their new quarterback. I like the Will Greer guy. He's on their practice squad. I think he could be their future if they give him a chance.
Yeah, I think it's lies here too. I think it's time for the Panthers to move on from Cam. I think Cam time is up for Carolina. At some point, you got to know when to move on.
Right.
Sometimes a player in a specific team need a fresh start, and I think that's the situation with Carolina and Cam Newton right now. Yeah, Bengals. Yeah, they need a fresh start because Andy Dalton, that time is up. That ship is sailed. But I also don't believe that Kyle Allen is the answer.
He's not.
He's not the answer for the Carolina Panthers, and they need to really evaluate whether or not they want to draft a quarterback in the upcoming draft, or they want to make Will Greer the starter for the rest of the season, see what they can get from him. But I don't think Kyle Allen is the answer at quarterback for the Panthers.
What question? We go to the next question. So is it safe to just keep playing Kyle Allen for the rest of the season?
Depending on what happens on the next 2 weeks, because let's say I think Carolina right now is like 5-5.
Yeah, they still in the playoffs.
They're in the playoff hunt, but once you fall out of the playoff hunt, I think you need to insert Will Greer in the starting lineup.
Yeah.
See what you can get from him. See what he has. Because Kyle Allen, he's not playing well right now. He's not playing well. I don't think he's the answer for the Carolina Panthers moving forward.
Yeah, you definitely right on that, man. All right. Oh, we on this. Oh, the Houston Rockets, they defeated the Portland Trail Blazers 132-108. Oh, God, they won 8 straight games sitting at 11-3. So is it wise to say the Rockets can win a championship?
That's a lie. And the reason why it's a lie is I don't believe the Houston Rockets are better than the Clippers or the Lakers. And the duo between LeBron James and Anthony Davis is significantly better than the duo of Russell Westbrook and James Harden. The Clippers, they just a deeper team than the Rockets. So I think the Clippers will beat the Rockets throughout the course of a 7-game series. Are there games where James Harden in the playoffs will drop 40? Yeah, it is. Those games will happen, and maybe the Rockets can pull out a victory. But throughout the course of a 7-game series, I don't think the Rockets can beat the Clippers. So I think it's a lie to say the Rockets are championship contenders because they're not better than the Lakers or the Clippers to me.
Yeah, I'll definitely say it's lies because I honestly think I don't really trust Russell Westbrook and James Harden on the same team together. Them guys combined for like 8 straight playoff losses, counting back from when the Portland Trail Blazers beat the OKC in 5 games.
Yeah.
And it just I don't trust them. They got a nice supporting cast, but I just don't trust James Harden in the playoff. He's not ready yet to go to that finals, lead a team. It's impossible.
I don't trust Mike D'Antoni.
Playoffs like the NBA finals.
Yeah, Mike D'Antoni, I don't believe ever been in the NBA.
Exactly.
Finals. Yeah, never. Because there is no he don't preach defense. Yeah. All he cares about is scoring the basketball, and that's those teams change in the playoffs. But let's move on. As Phillip Rivers had 1 touchdown and 4 bad interceptions in a 24-17 loss to the Kansas City Chiefs on Monday Night Football. Rivers has 7 interceptions in his last 2 weeks. So is it wise or lies to say it's time for Rivers to retire?
It's definitely wise. I think the Chargers need to go into this upcoming draft and draft a future quarterback because Phillip has nothing in the tank. And you know what? I just want to say this quick. And I know you're probably not going to agree on me with this, but I just want to say this. Phillip Rivers is basically like the version of Andy Dalton. And let me tell you why. Because listen. What? It's like Phillip is like another Andy Dalton. Andy can't win playoff wins. Phillip can't win a ring. So it's time to retire, man.
Yeah, but the difference between Phillip Rivers and Andy Dalton is Phillip Rivers has actually won some playoff games.
I ain't talking about playoff
but
games.
But he's talking about what?
I'm talking about this comparison. Andy Dalton can't win playoff games, and Phillip Rivers can't win a Super Bowl. He'll never win a Super Bowl.
I think this is your way of being able to try to make your Bengals somehow relevant, and it's not going to work. Phillip Rivers is a significantly better quarterback than Andy Dalton could ever dream of being. If y'all had Phillip Rivers as y'all quarterback about 4 or 5 years ago, y'all probably would have won a Super Bowl. Phillip Rivers
not a Super Bowl, man.
in his prime.
Nah, not a Super Bowl.
Listen, with those Bengals teams, like about 4 years ago, when the Bengals was loaded, they had all the talent. Y'all just didn't make plays in the playoffs to win games.
Lack of coaching. I'm gonna just say that.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, but man, some of it was also Andy, that quarterback. Like Andy was not making throws down the field necessarily.
Andy's not a good quarterback.
Yeah, he's not a bad quarterback. I'm not gonna talk about Andy. We're gonna talk about him later.
Yeah.
You want to make your Bengals relevant? Talk about the Bengals somehow.
Always.
I ain't gonna allow you to do that. But I think it's wise too, because at age 37, Phillip Rivers isn't getting any younger.
He's not. And
he's a stationary target in the pocket. He has no mobility whatsoever, and he can't make moves with his feet on the run. Like, Phillip Rivers is a stationary pocket, and I believe those days of the stationary, stay-in-the-pocket quarterback, those days are over with.
Yeah.
It's over. Like, Phillip Rivers is the last quarterback, and Tom Brady too, of those quarterbacks that's not mobile, that's not, that can still make plays with just their arm. You need a quarterback that can make plays with their feet, and that's not Phillip Rivers. I think it's time for the Chargers to move on. It's time for them to move on and let Phillip Rivers go. And I think it's time for Phillip Rivers to go home and be with his wife. He got 9 kids. He got plenty of fun he can have with the kids when he go home. He has one great family, but he's had a great career.
Just run, fellas. All you have to do is just run.
Real quick, is Phillip Rivers a Hall of Famer?
Yeah, he's definitely a Hall of Famer, but he's not a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Yeah, I think he's a Hall of Famer too.
Yeah.
I give Phillip Rivers, because I think Phillip Rivers is better than Eli Manning.
No.
Yes.
No.
Stop.
Oh no.
Stop. Why?
No.
Why? So what's the difference? Because Eli got 2 Super Bowls.
No, but listen, Eli performed in them Super Bowls. He did.
But also, he did. The reason why the Giants won those Super Bowls, they won because of Eli. They won those Super Bowls because they front 7. And they won those Super Bowls because of Michael Strahan, Jason Pierre-Paul.
They did their jobs, but
Chris Canty.
When it came down to the last minute, Eli secured that.
Yeah, last minute. Yeah, Eli closed the deal for the Giants, but the Giants were in the Super Bowl because of their front 7, not because of Eli Manning. You know how many years Eli Manning led the NFL in interceptions? Multiple years. Phillip Rivers is better than Eli, by far. By far. Now, you can say Eli is more clutch than Phillip, but Phillip is a better all-around quarterback, period.
He can't run for Jack. They can't run anyway, man.
Yeah, neither one of them can run.
Definitely.
So let's move on.
Woo-hoo.
Let's talk about Carmelo Anthony. As the Portland Trail Blazers signed Melo to a contract last week, and Melo had his season debut, scoring 10 points, shot 4 of 14 from the field, 4 rebounds, 5 turnovers. But the question here is, are you surprised that Melo is finally back in the NBA? Are you surprised?
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm actually happy Melo's back in the NBA, but he's on the wrong team because he's back in the NBA, But I'm actually excited for Melo back in the NBA because he's been out for 2 years. He's a little rusty from last night, but
yeah,
I'm happy for him. That's my favorite guy. That's my guy. I'm excited for him, man.
Are you surprised that he's back in the NBA? Are you surprised? Like, were you shocked when his news came down?
I mean, I'm not surprised at all, honestly, because therefore, you have teams that's taking a chance with this guy. They taking a chance with his style of play, and that's what the Portland Trail Blazers did. They taking a chance with this man, and they gonna play with his style of play, which I think he still need to change his roles, but we can see how it goes.
Yeah, I wasn't really surprised because I found it hard to believe that out of all the players that was in the NBA last year, that they were better than Melo. Like, I found, you same with Colin Kaepernick in the NFL. I found it hard to believe that all those players on all those teams, those general managers actually believed that they was better than Carmelo Anthony. Like, do y'all not know what Carmelo has accomplished? Like, Carmelo was a 10-time All-Star, NBA scoring champion in 2013, won a NCAA championship with Syracuse, 2-time All-NBA second-team player. Melo is a bona fide scoring machine.
That's all you can say for Carmelo Anthony.
That's all you need to say. That's enough for me. Like, I get tired of people always talk. Like, we always talk about Melo's the only player where he is basically criticized for what he does well. Make it make sense. Like, he's a great scorer. Take him for what it is.
He can't score like that on every team, man.
What do you mean he can't score out? Last time I checked, the goal of playing basketball is to be able to put the ball in the bucket.
I ain't saying that, but his level of play, it does not fit this like era of basketball today right now, in my opinion, man.
See, I think that's ridiculous. Why? Why do you believe that? So I can come back at you.
Because
Why?
listen, let's be honest. He's not a team player. He doesn't play defense. He's a hell of a scorer. Let's just say that. But we on the defensive side. Doesn't move his feet. Doesn't move his big fat size 13 feet. He don't slide. He don't defend the post. He don't even reach out for a steal. So that's what he hurts at on defense. And his team play is not that good.
So how many players do you really actually believe are playing defense in the NBA?
It's only honestly two people that's only playing defense.
Exactly. So how the hell are you gonna bring up defense in the argument when you talking about?
But guess what?
What are you talking about?
When it's time to play defense, them players play defense.
Like LeBron don't play defense anymore.
He don't play
He
defense
don't.
no more, but he will. Melo won't.
Melo, but I don't even think that it's the fact that Melo won't. I don't think Melo. He's never been a defensive player. That's never been Melo. But
Yeah.
Melo can play good team defense. Like, cause you don't have to be a lockdown defender.
You don't.
You don't, but you can be a good team defender
As long as you
and
stay-
rotate. Like I think Melo, his scoring basically can replace the lack of defensive capabilities. I always said that about Melo. If Melo can come on your team and give you 15 a night off the bench, I feel like that's a recipe for success for any team that got Melo on their squad. Like you have to have a role for Melo. He has to be able to know, hey, I'm coming in, I'm gonna be able to score. And with this Portland Trailblazers team, he gonna really help the Portland Trailblazers. They got a lot of injuries on their front court. Paul Gasol is injured right now. Zach Collins is also injured. Nurkic hasn't came back from his season-ending injury last year. So they got a lot of injuries on that front line.
So Trey, when you mean help Portland, what are you gonna help him with?
Like that's the thing. I can start hearing so many people say, "Oh, Melo ain't gonna be able." Like, don't expect Melo to come in and save Portland. He's 35. The hell wrong with y'all? Like, they expect Melo to come in and save Portland.
I mean,
he ain't gonna save him, but he can also be a significant boost off the bench. Or
He's the starter.
he started last night, but for future games to come, the Portland Trailblazers may need some of that scoring. We'll see what happens. You still got this is Dame and CJ's team. So Dame and CJ, they're responsible for being the leaders of this team and carrying this team to their expectations that they're looking to get at. That's not Melo's job. Melo is a role player at this point in his career. Stop having these such high expectations for Melo. It's ridiculous to me. Like I said it yesterday. I think Melo is actually a victim of his own greatness.
You know,
He is.
It's not he just like getting called out for stuff. He just need to learn how to do new things and learn a new role.
No, last year was ridiculous. Houston.
Well, I will agree with you on that. That
10
was
games,
ridiculous.
10
That was
games.
ridiculous.
And then the thing is, in those 10 games, Melo wasn't playing terrible. He wasn't playing terrible in those games.
He averaged 16 points last year.
He averaged 13 last year.
13.
But this is the thing, too. I was upset because a lot of people trying to say Melo didn't play well with OKC. So
That's when he averaged 16.
No, he averaged 17. I remember. It was 17.
Oh, it was 16.
Right. But the thing is, people trying to say, well, Melo didn't play well when he was with OKC. So let's make up our mind. Because I always hear these conversations in NBA fans and people who talk about the NBA. Russell Westbrook is hard to play with. This is people say, right?
Yeah, difficult. Started with KD.
Right. So if Russell Westbrook is hard to play with, wouldn't it be understanding and you'd be able to understand why Melo was off rhythm a lot in that Oklahoma City offense? And he still averaged 17. You see what I'm saying? I hear all these people say, oh, Russell Westbrook is hard to play with. Well, damn it, if he's hard to play with, that would actually show you why Melo was struggling to find his role in that Oklahoma City offense.
Big difference. When Westbrook was off the floor, Melo was scoring his points.
Exactly. But people trying to say Melo didn't play well when he was with Oklahoma City. And that was just completely wrong. See, the problem is, Melo, like I said a couple minutes ago, he's a victim of his own greatness. We're so used to Melo dropping 25, 30, that now that he only dropping 13 to 20 points a game, oh, Melo trash. Oh, Melo fell off. Of course at 35 years old you're going to fall off. You ain't the same player that you was 7, 8 years ago. This ain't the Denver Nuggets, Melo.
Nah, bro.
LeBron ain't the same player he was when he was in Miami.
Hey, but he's still
Stop.
putting up the same numbers from 2005.
But that's where you go wrong. We know LeBron's a better player than Melo. Like, stop it. We know that. But that don't mean Melo trash. Melo is a bona fide Hall of Famer. Look at all these young thoroughbreds coming up. Zion Williamson, Brandon Ingram, R.J. Barrett. They would give everything they have to have the kind of career that Carmelo Anthony has had. Carmelo is respected amongst his peers. It's these NBA fans who think they know it all, that really don't know a damn about the game, and don't know what they're talking about. They trying to criticize Melo like Melo can't still play. Melo can still play.
I think he's still can play. I'm not saying that he can't, but the one thing I question is his leadership to the team. Like, how big of a leader you is. And one more thing, before we move on. What, like, the thing he just need to work on is something that he know he gonna be reliable on. And I said this before. He need to work on his corner shooting, because at like you said, at 35, he's not the same Melo. He need to work on something new and get better at it, because he keep playing the same Melo. It's gonna lead this Portland Trailblazers team to a first round exit, man.
Yeah, but this is the thing. They were probably going to be a first round exit even without Melo. So why do you expect Melo to come in and make this Portland Trailblazers team all of a sudden an NBA championship contender?
Oh, because he's a future Hall of Famer, right?
Like, no, he's a future Hall of Famer, but he's 35. Let's remember, he's 35. Like, this is the, and like I said, one more thing I want to say too. Like, when I look at the Western Conference, I'm gonna go out on a limb when I say this, and I know people are gonna disagree, they're gonna crucify me for this. The only team that I think is significantly better than the Portland Trailblazers is the Lakers and the Clippers. Those are the only two teams I think are significantly better. Like, I think if Houston go up against the Portland Trailblazers in the playoffs, I think that series could easily go 7 games. Because right now, most people think Houston they're the third best team in the West. That's what most people think. They won what, 8 straight games. James Harden is a legitimate MVP candidate right there with LeBron right now. But if Portland went up against Houston, and I know Portland they got to get in the rhythm. They got to start playing better, because right now I think they're like 5-9. They're not playing good right now.
Yeah.
And last night when they went up against the Pelicans, their transition defense was terrible.
It was awful.
It was awful.
Man.
Like,
yeah.
but you got to look at this team. They got Damian Lillard. Damian Lillard can drop 50 on you on any given night. They got C.J. McCollum. He's one of the top shooting guards in the NBA. You got Hassan Whiteside. I'm gonna bring him up. They got Hassan Whiteside. He's okay. He's okay. He's okay. I think Hassan Whiteside. He is soft.
He is definitely soft for a 7-foot guy that's 280 pounds. He's soft, man.
He is soft.
He's a big teddy bear, man.
But Hassan Whiteside can give you quality minutes. And what I'm saying is, if they're going up against a Houston, a Utah, I think Portland could beat those kind of teams in the playoffs. But Clippers and the Lakers, no, they have no chance in hell of beating the Clippers.
I'll probably put a little question mark back at Utah Jazz, because they've been playing tremendous ball this year.
They just lost to the Timberwolves a couple nights ago.
Well, hey, I'm a big Cat fan. Cat did his thing. Rudy Gobert can't guard Cat. I'm gonna just say that.
Well, Rudy Gobert blocked his shot once, but yeah, we got, like I said, I think the Portland Trailblazers, they'll get it together and they'll start winning some games. But like I said, Melo will contribute with the Portland Trailblazers and do a good job.
Yeah, definitely. Woo! All right, now we about to move on to Tua Tagovailoa's injury.
Okay.
All right. So the surgery was successful. The injury, the surgery was successful. It was on Monday, and everybody want to know that he should apologize for me. He dislocated his hip. He suffered a posterior wall fracture. If anyone noted that, that's the wall on your hip, and that people been saying that he should not go in the draft. He should return his senior season. So I just wanted to see what was your takes on that, Trey.
The only thing that he should do when he go back to Alabama is move all his stuff out of his dorm room. There is no way in hell he should go back and play another down for Alabama next year. Because if he goes back and plays next year, you run the risk of getting injured again. I seen something a couple of days ago where this is like his 3rd surgery in 4 years or something like that. So he's injury prone. Get to the NFL while you can and capitalize on this opportunity. I don't think he should go back to Alabama and play next year. I think that would be a huge mistake. And, it's time to go and get some money. It's time to get paid. If you two, it's time to go and get paid. You won a championship at Alabama. What else do you have to prove? You have nothing else to prove at the collegiate level. It's time to get to the NFL and see where you can go in the draft and get to a solid situation. I think he'll make a mistake if he goes back to Alabama. What you think?
His value is floating up and down, because people consider him as a 1st round pick, and people consider him as a later round pick. But honestly, in my opinion, I think he should return for his senior season. You know why? Because he's a talented player, and he needs to get healthy in order to be a 1st round pick. If he went in the draft right now, he'd probably go in as a 4th, 5th pick, which I would still consider as a steal. But your question is his injuries. How many injuries he's been dealing with? And let me get this straight. He just had 2 injuries in a month. Remember? The ankle and the hip. So you taking him to the draft right now, he might not even be 100%. I won't even risk it. I'll just tell him return your senior season, get healthy, and get better at quarterback, man. That's the best thing you should do right now.
No, there's no way. Why would you go back to school and get injured again? That's the possibility of that happening. And then your draft stock really fall. Like, I don't that makes no sense. He has nothing else to prove at the collegiate level.
I mean, okay, let me ask you this. How many times Deshaun Watson got injured in Clemson? Twice, right?
Twice, right.
And then he came back the senior season to win a national championship, right?
He did.
It's possible. It's possible for Tua. All he needs to do is just get healthy, finish school, go get the education, and just ride it out with your senior year, and maybe better luck in the better draft.
It's time to get paid.
It's always time
That's
to
what it's time to
get paid.
get.
Well, college students about to get paid now, so hopefully it comes to Alabama, man.
Do you think the injury, if he does, let's say he does declare for the NFL draft, do you think it will affect his draft stock?
Oh, of course. I think it is going to affect his draft stock because that injury, he dealt with like too many injuries, and some NFL executives, they go look at that as his fallback. Like,
yeah,
how can he like get better after these injuries? But in reality, he's not 100%. So my thing is, like, I think his draft stock is going to drop, but it won't be dropped significantly. But I still would consider him as a steal, but his draft stock won't be no first round status no more, in my opinion, man.
Right. See, here's the thing. I actually believe that his draft stock will drop, but I think it'll be a blessing in disguise because Tua doesn't want to get drafted by one of those top 3 or 4 teams that's going to be picking in the NFL draft.
Oh,
I don't want Tua coming to the dysfunctional Bengals.
Oh, he
sorry.
need to come to Cincinnati.
No, I don't want him with your Bengals.
He's
okay?
our hero.
No.
He
no,
will be our hero.
No, like, I'm sorry. I don't want Tua coming to the Bengals because they're dysfunctional. I don't want Tua with Adam Gase and the Jets.
I definitely don't want him
right there. Stop. Like, come on. I want more better for Tua. Like, I think it's good because now, let's say he dropped let's say he still is a first round pick and he dropped and he more towards the middle to the late first round. He'll go to a better situation. And quarterbacks that are young and they go to a team that's surrounded by talent, they win Super Bowls. Look at what happened with Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson got drafted by Seattle and won a Super Bowl. Because the thing is, you're not going to get paid on your first rookie contract.
Okay.
Like, Tua's going to get his money on his 3rd or 4th contract in the NFL, not your first. So therefore, go to a situation that's a winning situation with a mid-level team like the Titans, like the Bears. Teams like even the Chargers. Yeah, the Chargers. Teams like the Chargers. Go to a team like that. You don't want to go with the Bengals or the Jets or the Dolphins. I love South Beach though. I love South Beach.
That's where he's more likely going.
If I'm gonna lose, damn it, I want to lose somewhere where it's warm and I'm seeing palm trees every day.
Hey, LA.
Okay, that's why I say the Chargers.
Yeah,
the Chargers. Yeah, but if I'm going to a team like the Bengals, you don't want to come to Cincinnati because you're going to be dealing with a dysfunctional franchise and you're going to be cold in November through March.
Yeah.
All right, like go to it. I want to go to a warm city if I'm going to lose. That
you just don't like the colds, right?
I don't.
All right. So how will this Alabama team move forward? From Tua and his injury.
Well, their playoff aspirations are over. It's going to take something drastic, I believe, for Alabama to be able to creep back into that college football top 4 playoff teams. I think it's over. I think the committee is going to basically give that spot to either it'll be one of the spots from either Oregon, I believe, or Utah. When they go up against, is it Oregon? I think it's Oregon. Yeah.
Oregon number 6 and Utah number 7.
Yeah, and I think they're going to get a chance to go up against each other in the championship game. And they're saying the winner of that game more than likely will take that 4th spot. But we'll see what happens. But I think Alabama's playoff aspirations are over. Even though they had, like, if there's such thing as a good loss, they had a great loss. A great loss. Like, you lost to LSU. You lost to
the number 1 team.
The number 1 team in college football right now.
Right.
So I understand from that perspective, but I think the committee won't look at it that way.
You're crazy. I disagree with you, man. Because let me tell you this. There's 3 SEC teams in the top 6, right?
Right.
It's LSU, Georgia, and Alabama. More than likely Georgia, LSU is going to be playing each other. So it's going to be who's in and who's out. So whoever the winner of that, the loser of that, they're just getting kicked out of there. And I think Oregon doesn't have the leverage as Alabama. They had key bad losses in the season too. Yeah. And I think with Alabama, like, if they keep playing consistent, I'm gonna tell you like this. Matt Jones, he's not talented as Tua Tagovailoa, but he's serviceable. And if you just can get him on the right track, you got some possibility you can still win the national championship.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Definitely.
Quick question for you, though, before we close this topic. How much blame do you believe should be placed on Nick Saban? Because he's been getting a lot of criticism for leaving Tua Tagovailoa in the game in a blowout. You know, at this point when he got hurt, the game was Alabama was winning 35-7.
Yeah, good one though. I think he should not get a lot of blame, but he should get like some blame because at a point, you know, Tua just came back roughly from an ankle surgery that was like three weeks ago, and you know you need him for the Iron Bowl.
Right.
Now you missed him for the Iron Bowl, so I think he should get the blame because the Iron Bowl is gonna be the most important game for us. If we lose that game, well, our playoff aspiration is really over. So I think he should take the blame because he know that he needed Tua Tagovailoa for that Auburn game, and now he's not gonna have him. Now we're gonna use Matt Jones that never really got no experience.
Yeah, I don't think he deserves any blame in this situation. He got the okay from the doctors before the game. Tua said he was ready to go. Injuries happen. Injuries happen, and in the
So put him out there.
yeah, I mean injuries happen. It's a part of the game. Tua said he was ready to go. The doctors gave him okay. Everything was good to go. And in the words of the great Herm Edwards, you play to win the game. So that way you got to play your best players to win the game. I had no problem with Nick Saban in this situation. I just think it was one of those freak injuries that happens. And I think Nick Saban will be all right moving forward. But, you know, I think Tua will be all right. I think he should go to the NFL, though. Let's move on. Let's talk about our NBA superstars to build around. So, a couple months ago, ESPN came out with a poll, and they were talking about top NBA stars to build around. And they had a list of top NBA stars to build around. And I don't got a list in front of me. I got it right here, though. But it was a good list, and it was a nice conversation. And I sent this to you on Facebook the other day.
Yeah.
And it's a good conversation. And
Great.
And the top five, I'll get the top five. The Greek Freak came in at number 1. Luka came in at number 2. Kawhi came in at number 3. 4, James Harden. 5, AD. So my question for you is, starting from 5 coming up, who was your top 5 NBA stars to build around?
My top 5.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you like this. Number 5, I'll definitely build around Anthony Davis. You know, he's a great big man. He's a skilled big man that he's developing a game of jump shot, and I think he'll do tremendous if he has the right key players.
You got him at 5?
I got him at 5.
Okay.
I got him at 5. Number 4. You know, I like John Morant. He's athletic. He reminds me of Westbrook, and I think his athleticism is gonna be a key to like winning games. You know, number 3, Klay Thompson. I know it sounds weird, but he's probably one of the second best shooter behind Curry. Probably one of the best shooters in the league, if you're not mentioning Curry. But, you know, he's a great shooter, and he's a great two-way player. He plays defense, and he does a fantastic job of shooting the ball.
Right.
And then my number 2, my top 2, you know I got to get the Claw, Kawhi Leonard, man. He's an outstanding player on defense.
I can roll with that.
He can score, and he do his thing. And what he brings to the table, that he wants to win. He wants to win. He might don't say as much, but in his gameplay, he wants to win. And you know my number 1? Y'all about to be surprised about this. Carl Anthony Towns.
What?
Carl Anthony Towns.
Wait a minute. What? Go ahead. Oh, I'm gonna let you finish. Oh,
Look,
man.
I like Towns. I'm a big fan of Towns. He's a true definition of a stretch 5. If you play 2K, you know they got the stretch 5. He's a definition of a stretch 5. They can shoot the ball, they can inside scoring, and he plays defense. And I honestly think he's a better player than Joel Embiid, if you ask me. And this guy right here,
No, he's
you
not.
cannot miss. You cannot miss it. Just like the upcoming draft, Chase Young, we supposed to take him. You want him. Don't miss that. Now this cat player right here, he has game.
Yeah.
Someone you want to build around.
Yeah.
And the thing is, he's a center that can move like a point guard. That's a plus, man.
Yeah. But I think you need to stop talking basketball.
No.
I'm gonna stick to you talking football. We can talk football, but I'm about to ban you from talking basketball.
No.
Now I don't want to move forward. I'm gonna ban you from talking basketball. We can bring Andre, we can bring Astor on. You are finished. You
No.
actually believe that Karl Anthony Towns is better than Anthony Davis? Because you got Anthony Davis at 5, you got Karl Anthony Towns at 1. So that means you think Karl Anthony Towns is better than AD?
From afar, yeah. He's
What?
He's just in a better position than Karl Anthony Towns.
Oh
if
my
you give,
God.
If you give
I'm
LeBron
done.
James,
I'm
if
done.
you give LeBron James, Karl Anthony Towns, they probably be destroying the league right now. Because Karl Anthony Towns, he can bring up the ball just like LeBron.
Oh my God. Listen, Anthony Davis was a superstar playing at the Smoothie King Arena. Are you kidding me? What's wrong with you?
Karl Anthony Towns.
Karl Anthony Towns ain't better than Anthony Davis.
He's a better shooter.
He's not better than Anthony Davis.
He's a better shooter.
Who's a better defender?
Who?
Anthony Davis is a better defender than Karl Anthony
He's
Towns.
basically right there. He can block shots like AD.
Stop it.
He can block shots just
Stop.
like AD. Cat don't get the credit as he want because he's on a smaller platform than AD. Of course that, man.
No.
But AD, you know what AD do? He lacks of leadership. And that shows in the playoffs a couple years ago when he played against the Warriors. He couldn't beat them. He had no way to beat them. He couldn't even lead them.
But who was on his team? You're going up against Golden State. You're going up against Hall of Fame caliber players.
I'm just saying, in general, when they need a leader, you supposed to step up and be that leader, man.
I'm trying to find out, Karl Anthony Towns, has he even led the Minnesota to the playoffs yet?
Yeah.
Okay, they got to the playoffs and they got to the second round.
No, he didn't though.
They haven't got to the second round.
No,
Anthony
look.
Davis got the Pelicans to the second round.
This topic was only just the players I build around.
Right, but I took it somewhere else because you had Karl Anthony Towns ranked over Anthony Davis. You actually think that Karl Anthony Towns better than Anthony Davis?
He's
One more time.
Scorer. He's a better scorer.
Who's better? Who's better?
I like Cat.
Cat ain't better than Anthony Davis. Like, you need to stop.
Yeah,
Stop.
No.
Anthony Davis is. Listen.
He just don't get the recognition like Anthony Davis, man.
Listen, if Anthony Davis and his trajectory on his career continues to go up, Anthony Davis, if he starts winning championships, this is key. He has to win multiple championships. If Anthony Davis continues to go up and win games and win championships, Anthony Davis should be mentioned in that conversation amongst the greatest power forwards of all time. With Tim Duncan, with Kevin Garnett, with Karl Malone. Yes, that's where Anthony Davis is heading right now.
Wait,
what?
Wait, what was that? Can you repeat that again?
I'm saying if Anthony Davis wins multiple championships, okay, if he wins multiple championships,
which is a big higher percentage that he doesn't,
and he plays well in those finals, I think Anthony Davis' name should be mentioned in the greatest power forwards of all time conversation. I don't think Cat is even nowhere close to there yet. And I ain't taking nothing away from Cat. Cat, great. Actually, Cat's good. He's good.
What?
Anthony Davis is great.
What makes Anthony Davis great and Cat good?
I think Anthony Davis, he's a better all-around player to me. He's better all around. He's better defensively by far.
No.
I think he's better at guarding opposing guards on the perimeter. That matters. Because nowadays, you need your stretch four or your bigs to be able to go out on the perimeter and guard guards like Luka. You need your guards like Kimba. You need your
First of all, I am not
about
about to have Karl Anthony Towns running around with Kimba or Luka.
Anthony Davis can. Anthony Davis can go out there. He can lead. He ain't gonna be
He's
able
not
to
gonna run around with them. He's gonna put a hand in his face, but he's definitely not about.
He's
to
a
run
better
around
perimeter defender than Karl Anthony Towns is. Anthony Davis is better. Well, let's get back to my list. I want to get back to my list because we're talking about top NBA stars to build around, and I based my list around age. I picked all players under 30. Because if I'm building a team around an NBA star, I want them to be under 30 years of age. So I'm gonna start with my fifth. Fifth, I'm gonna shock you with this one. I got Jokic at number 5.
Okay, that's solid.
Yeah, I like Jokic at number 5. At number 4, I got the Greek Freak. I think the Greek Freak had an MVP caliber season last year. He won MVP, even though I thought James Harden should have won the MVP. But the Greek Freak played great last year. Led the Milwaukee Bucks to the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference. They got to the Eastern Conference Finals where they lost to Kawhi. But the Greek Freak had an outstanding season last year. Let's move to number 3.
Still can't shoot.
Still can't shoot. And that's why he's not higher on my list. Let's move to number 3. I got Anthony Davis at number 3. I think Anthony Davis has a great, promising future. I believe once he learns how to win, because that's one of the things I believe that Anthony Davis lacks. He doesn't know how to win yet. I think LeBron's going to help him with that. The same thing that Dwayne Wade taught LeBron when he went to Miami. I think LeBron's going to teach Anthony Davis in L.A. So once Anthony Davis learns how to win and be a champion, I think it'll elevate his career, and he'll be able to win more games in future seasons to come. Number 2, I got the Claw. Same where you have him at number 2. Kawhi Leonard is great. Kawhi Leonard obviously is a 2-time NBA champion, 2-time Finals MVP, the only player in NBA history to win a Finals MVP in both conferences. We know what Kawhi Leonard brings to the table. Kawhi Leonard is great. But my number 1 player as NBA stars to build around, I'm going to surprise you with this one, is Luka. And the reason why is Luka.
I like Luka.
Yeah, because Luka is only 20 years of age.
I think I'm older than him.
And so far this year,
I think Asher older than him.
yeah. So far this year, Luka is averaging 30 points per game, 11 rebounds per game, and 10 assists per game. So Luka is playing at an elite level. And listen, look at his last 4 games. He had 42 points, 26 points, 33 points, 34 points. He's the only player other than LeBron to be younger than 21 and have a 40-point triple-double. Like, Luka Doncic is the person that you want to build around. And now, in this day and age, and the way the game is being played at the NBA level, you want to be able to build your team around a young, promising guard. That's why I got Luka at number 1. But the Greek Freak has the most upside, though. Like, I believe if the Greek Freak reaches full potential and Luka reaches full potential, I think the Greek Freak can be better.
So you had Anthony Davis over the Greek Freak?
Yes. Anthony Davis is better than the Greek Freak.
Are you crazy?
Wait a minute. You actually, oh, man.
You know,
You got to stop this. Are you serious? You think
know
the
it.
Greek, you think
All-
the Greek
all
Freak
it-
better than Anthony Davis?
all it takes is Giannis to shoot a ball, and he's gonna be 10 times better than some of these bigs, man.
Wait a minute. Facebook, y'all hearing this? Like,
They
what?
hearing this? They
You
they
actually think
hearing
that
this.
the Greek Freak is better than Anthony Davis?
I would.
the
I
Greek
would
Freak?
take the Greek. I would take the Greek Freak over Anthony Davis.
The Greek Freak got exposed last year in the
Yes,
playoffs.
he did because by Kawhi Leonard, not by Anthony Davis.
Yeah, but even okay, but
I'm
he
just
still got
saying.
exposed. What weakness does Anthony Davis have? Who's exposed to Anthony Davis? Who? Tell me.
Draymond.
Draymond, he playing against the Warriors.
I'm just saying. I'm
Like,
calling
we
out.
need to stop.
I'm calling out players.
I'm about to ban you from talking basketball. I'm saying, this is it. I'm done. I'm finished. Like, you actually think that Greek Freak is better? Like, stop it, bro.
Better, more athletic than him. He actually plays defense in the league.
The Greek Freak is Anthony Davis don't play defense.
He don't play defense.
So we gonna pretend like Anthony Davis don't play defense
Look,
because you want to listen.
I'm gonna just clear this up. I ain't saying that Anthony Davis doesn't play defense, but Greek played as a better defender than him.
Listen, the Greek. Oh my God. You
Yeah,
stop.
I am saying it. Look, I'm saying this because look, the way how he can move around the court is tremendous. For a reason, right?
Listen, until the Greek Freak develops a consistent jump shot,
Anthony Davis
He
don't
won't
have a
be-
consistent jump shot.
Anthony Davis is a better shooter
He
than
ain't
the
got no.
Greek
He
Freak.
ain't got.
He a better shooter than the
I'm
Greek
gonna
Freak.
say the best. He do not have a consistent jump shot.
Who's
I
a better
know.
shooter? Who's a better shooter, Anthony Davis or Greek Freak?
Oh, now we talking about mid range or 3-point.
See, now you want to go here and
I'm just saying.
Who's a better shooter?
It's a difference.
Now you want
It's a difference.
Now you want
Who's the better player that attacks the rim?
what? Anthony?
No, Giannis.
I'm gonna give Giannis a slight edge in that.
Slight.
Slightly.
It's far.
Like, okay, Facebook, go on the Wise Guys page right now. Vote. Go on the page, and we can put a poll out. Who's a better player, Anthony Davis or the Greek Freak? Greek Freak can't even shine Anthony Davis shoes right now.
Look, the only thing
I'm gonna tell you, Anthony Davis is significantly better.
Anthony Davis, only advantage Anthony Davis have on the Greek feet is ball handling.
Can they,
Ball handling.
what?
I'm
Oh
telling
my
you.
God, you
I'm
need to
surprised.
stop.
I'm surprising everybody because everybody just hype Anthony Davis. Not saying I'm not taking no time away from Anthony Davis. I'm just
Oh,
saying
man.
they give him too much credit than these other bigs.
I'm about to walk off this set right now. I'm
You
about to walk off.
this
You
set.
sound ridiculous,
You
bro.
man, I got a
like, you need
pillow
to
right
stop.
here.
I'm about to pull your basketball card.
I ain't
I'm
pulling
pulling your
no
basketball. I'm
basketball.
pulling yours. You
I
can't
ain't
talk
gonna pull
basketball
mine.
no more.
No, I'm just saying.
Like,
What?
what? Andy, I can't believe you arguing this. But the bottom line is, I want to say this real quick. Only questions I have when it comes to Anthony Davis just got to win in the postseason. That's all he got to do.
That's what Giannis basically got to do, right?
No, Giannis got to prove that he can be a top 5 NBA player for multiple years. Like, Giannis just got good. The Greek Freak the Greek Freak when he came in the NBA wasn't doing what Anthony Davis was when he first came in the league. Giannis just got good in the last 2 years.
Let's break the difference down. Anthony Davis was a #1 overall pick, so expectations was high for him. Giannis was just a second round pick, man.
So what you're saying is
A second round.
right. So that's making my point. The Greek Freak didn't have expectations. Anthony
I'ma say
Davis
that.
came in with the bullseye on his
Look,
back when he
look.
first came in the league.
Look,
What? And he won a championship at Kentucky. He did.
he won one in Greece.
He won one. Stop it.
He
You
won
need to
one in
stop,
Greece.
man.
He won a national championship with Greece, man.
Heck,
I
you
can
need
pull it up.
You need to quit, man. Like,
I ain't
stop.
quitting, man.
But that's his opinion. Go on the Wild Guys page right now. Give us your vote. Who's the better player, Anthony Davis or the Greek Freak? Clarence, for some reason, believes that the Greek Freak is better than Anthony Davis. I think that's ridiculous. But we can have that conversation on another week on the show. But let's move on to our top NFL teams and the NFL Power Rankings.
Ooh.
So the NFL came out with their weekly Power Rankings this week. Let's start off with 10. They got the Houston Texans at number 10, number 9 the Dallas Cowboys, number 8 the Kansas City Chiefs, number 7 Minnesota Vikings, number 6 Saints, 5 My Packers, the 4, the Seattle Seahawks, 3, Niners, 2, Ravens, and number 1, the Patriots.
Chiefs should not be
So-
higher than the Cowboys.
Hold on, let me finish. Let me get to the question. Pump the brakes.
Yep.
Who is your top 5 NFL teams right now, Clarence? 5-1. Who you got?
From 5-1, okay, my top 5 team, I'm starting out with the Seattle Seahawks, because, they get the edge, because they don't get the edge because they had a bad week, and they ain't performed, so I'm going to just put them as number 5. But my number 4 team is the New Orleans Saints. I love Michael Thomas, man. He's on pace for actually for a target of 163 catches and 18 receiving yards. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And number 3, they're always New England Patriots. They always in the mix. Defense winning games, Brady struggling. Okay, number 2, the Baltimore Ravens. I'm going to just say this.
Number 2, your Ravens?
Baltimore Ravens is still number 2 because they still got to improve on the defense, and they do need that legit number 1 receiver. And number 1 is still the San Francisco 49ers. Nick Bosa is still playing. He's still playing, man. He's balling. And Jimmy G, he's playing solid, but he's keeping up with him. And they have a good record, man.
You actually believe that the 49ers are better than the Ravens?
They have a better defense.
You need to stop.
So that gives them an advantage.
They don't got a better. I can make an argument that the Ravens got a better defense. They got a. I like the Ravens secondary. I really do.
That's the only thing.
Like they got a great secondary, and they're rushing the passer better now. But right now, Lamar Jackson is significantly better than Jimmy G.
I
I don't trust Jimmy G in a playoff.
But you want to know something else? In San Francisco is ranked number 2, right behind the Baltimore Ravens in rushing.
Let me give you my list. Let me know what y'all think. I got number 5. I got the Seattle Seahawks, same as you.
Okay.
Number 4, I got the Saints, same as you. Number 3, I got that bad man, Aaron Rodgers and the Packers at number 3, of course. Number 2, I got the Patriots. Number 1, I got the Ravens. But the NFL got it wrong too because they got the Patriots. Well, hold on, because I want to say something about the NFL Power Rankings, ESPN. They got the Patriots ranked over the Ravens. That's wrong. The Ravens are better than the Patriots right now. They're a better team. They playing better. They look like right now they're going to be representing the AFC in the Super Bowl. I think the Ravens are playing at a much higher level than the Patriots are right now. The Patriots offense is struggling. Again, Tom Brady looks like he's probably maybe the 16th or 17th best quarterback in the NFL. And Lamar Jackson is the MVP of the league along with Russell Wilson right now. And that offense is playing at elite level. So I think Baltimore is significantly better than New England Patriots. But I don't know why you or the NFL Power Rankings have the 49ers ranked ahead of the Packers or Saints. I don't even got the 49ers in my top 5.
You're crazy, man.
I don't think the 49ers are a top 5 team in the NFL right now. Because Seattle beat them already.
Yeah.
Seattle beat them already. My Packers going to go play the 49ers on Sunday. And I think the Saints are better than the 49ers. I believe that. I really believe it.
Saints?
Yes.
You gotta tell me that, man. Explain to me why, man.
I believe the Saints are playing, when they playing their best, and the 49ers playing their best, I think the Saints are a better team. Like, I think the 49ers have this certain brand of football that they have to play in order to win games.
Well, they have a reliable run game.
Yeah, but I believe if you stop the run and make Jimmy G beat you, I don't think Jimmy G can beat teams consistently. He may get off a couple weeks, like he beat the Arizona Cardinals this past week, and he beat them like 2 weeks ago. That's the Arizona Cardinals.
People were just considering Teddy Bridgewater should come back in for Drew Brees because the Atlanta lost.
That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. But so you think the 49ers better than the Saints?
I'm gonna just say it like by a stretch. Because they got a better defense. Now listen, the Saints just lost Marcus Lattimore for a few games, so that's gonna hurt the secondary.
It will.
It's gonna hurt them real bad, and their front seven is dominant, but the 49ers front seven is dominant, more dominant than them though. I love their defensive coordinator how he's making these schemes up for this defense to blitz and to zone blitz and to coverage, man spot, whatever. This 49ers defense is playing great. They not talented like Patrick Willis in that time, 2013, but this defense is playing phenomenal.
They're playing great football. They're a top, I'll say they're like 6th on my list, but this is the top 5 power rankings list for the wise guys. But I noticed you didn't have my Packers in your top 5. And what's going on? What's up with that?
Let me tell you about this. I will put them in the top 5 if they go into San Francisco
And win.
and win.
So you think Seattle's better than the Packers?
See,
And I want to ask you, you got the 49ers ranked ahead of Seattle. How the hell can the 49ers be ranked ahead of Seattle when they lost to Seattle?
Because listen, they have a better record, and they have a better winning percentage.
One game, and that's because Seattle had a bye week. They had a bye week.
Yeah, look, I'm gonna just say this: San Francisco next 3 games is gonna be probably the toughest ever. you know, they're home. They come home to your Packers. They on the road at Baltimore,
Yep.
and then they back on the road in New Orleans.
You know, you're right. So we're gonna get our answers about the San Francisco 49ers in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, we gonna definitely check in with that. But I think they got the toughest schedule out of this 5 right here, because you know New England, they playing Dallas at home, they go to Houston, and they can beat the Chiefs. But their most difficult game is against Dallas because they're playing against Zeke now. So that'd be interesting to watch.
Don't say Zeke. You said when they played against Dallas, you brought up Zeke. Like
Yes.
Zeke was the
I'm just saying.
was the star.
No,
Like,
no,
your star is back.
I'm just
That's
hey,
what you
hey,
have
I
to
ain't
do.
get to him yet though. Hey, don't let me start, man.
Right. Okay. So I got Seattle number 5, New Orleans at number 4, Green Bay at number 3, New England at number 2, and Baltimore number 1. Who your top 5 again? One more time.
My top 5, man, was the Seattle Seahawks, New Orleans Saints, New England Patriots, Baltimore Ravens, and the San Francisco 49ers.
Now let me ask you this real quick before we get out of here. Next topic. You saying that to the public, but on your paper you got the 49ers at number 2 and the Ravens at number 1. What changed? What changed?
You know,
What changed, Clarence?
I'm gonna tell you.
I'm telling you.
They have a better defense. Their defense had the edge. The pass rush is there. D Ford, Eric Armstrong, and what's the other guy?
Oh man.
Anyway, who? They have a better front seven.
Right.
And not saying that the Baltimore Ravens front seven is not that talented, but San Francisco has the edge, man.
I think Baltimore
just got a good secondary, man.
I think out of all these teams, I think Baltimore has the best quality of wins. Like Baltimore's beaten Seattle,
Yeah.
they beat New England, they beat Houston. I think the Baltimore Ravens has the best quality of wins out of all the teams on this list, and that's why I got Baltimore at number 1. I think Baltimore's playing the best football in the NFL right now, and I got them up there.
I think, and also though, Baltimore had a bad loss too. A bad loss to Cleveland.
They did. That was a bad loss.
So that plays a part in it too. Yeah, it plays a part in it because Nick Chubb had a wild day and he went bizarre. So that holds a lot of weight in there too.
So San Francisco could have lost to Arizona twice.
But they didn't.
Twice. They did, but I'm just saying,
They didn't.
Arizona could have beat them twice with Kyler Murray, and that team was rebuilding.
How many teams Arizona could have beat, but they didn't?
I'm just letting you know. I'm just saying.
See?
But we can move on. Let's
Yeah.
move on to that portion of the show. It's Bearcat Weekly.
Woo woo.
As the UC Bearcats beat South Florida 20-17, Derek Ritter went 9 of 18, 78 yards. Michael Warren had 26 carries, 134 rushing yards, and 1 touchdown. So this game was actually closer than anticipated, Clarence. South Florida's not very good.
They're not.
So how concerned should Bearcat fans be about their Bearcats?
I'm afraid for the football program. I'm afraid for these next 2 games. You got Temple coming in, then you on the road against Memphis. Basically, that's going to determine like who gonna win the American League, because they're gonna have to meet each other again. So I'm a little concerned for them because these are some 2 top teams that actually was ranked before, and they know what it takes to stay ranked.
Yeah.
And you know, this Temple's game, I'm not gonna be more impressed like for the Memphis game because it's a road game. But
Yeah.
if they take care of business with Temple, they secure their spot for the American League. But Memphis, I'm a little scared about that, honestly, man, because Memphis is a good football team. They beat quality players. They beat quality teams. So that's kind of dangerous on the UC end. They got to come with their A game, man.
Yeah, I think Bearcat fans should have some concern with their quarterback because Derek Ritter going 9 of 18 for 78 yards, that won't get it done against
That's not.
a quality team.
It's not.
That's terrible. He has to do much better. And I understand that Michael Warren is the engine of this offense, but you need Ritter to at least be a game manager and be serviceable. Like 78 yards is terrible. Like I could go out there and throw for at least 100 yards. At
3
least.
attempts.
And yeah, like what the hell going on here with Ritter? Like, come on, he has to improve and do better. He did have 2 big time 3rd down conversions on the last drive when the Bearcats ended up winning the game with a field goal. He had 2 big time 3rd down completions. So I'll give you credit on that aspect. The Bearcats showed great resilience in this game.
Yeah.
They were trailing in this game. I believe they were down 10-0 in this game. So they struggled, and their offense couldn't get it going. And remember last week against, I believe it was UConn,
Right.
the Bearcats scored on their first 8 possessions. They scored on 7 of those possessions. So the offense was rolling. And this week they couldn't get it going, and they struggled. But I think they'll be just fine moving forward. For some reason, I feel like this Bearcats team, they play down to the competition.
Yeah.
Like they haven't been shut out in the first half since the Ohio State game. And they got shut out in the first half of this game. It should be some concerns, but I think Lou Fickle will get this team ready for their matchup next week. But they play down to the competition a lot. You remember a couple weeks ago, they barely beat East Carolina.
That was ridiculous right there, man.
Yeah, they barely beat East Carolina.
East Carolina was not even a good team, but they fought hard. They
Yeah.
fought hard and they prevailed. You know. Yep, definitely. But don't forget about the basketball, man. They last game they won against Alabama A&M. They beat them 85-53. No Chris Vaughn was their main player, 18 points and 10 rebounds. So I think they're doing a good job with the basketball. And their next game is a Paradise Jam invitation. They playing against another irrelevant team, Illinois State. So I think they should get the win, man.
Yeah, I think they'll do a good job. I like the way they're playing so far. It's early in the season.
Yeah.
A lot of basketball left to be played, but I think they'll be all right team this year.
Oh no. You know what time it is? You got your top performer?
Yeah, go ahead with yours.
Oh, yeah. Y'all, you know this time it is. It's the Wise Guys top performer, and we always go give y'all our top performer each day of the NFL. So I'm going to start off with mine. You know who mine was?
Who was yours?
And you should know who it was. Oh, that was baby. That's Dak Prescott, baby. He had a tremendous game, man. 29-46, 444 yards and 3 touchdowns against this Lion team. But hey, he balled out. He got everyone involved, and he done a phenomenal job. I think if he go into New England with the same energy, this Cowboy team gonna be dangerous, man.
Yeah, they definitely will be. My top performer is Lamar Jackson. He went 17-24, threw for 222 passing yards, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions, and now he has elevated himself in that conversation with Russell Wilson. Hey, I know we had on the show last week. I said Russell Wilson was the MVP. It's neck and neck. Like it's neck and neck for me.
Hey,
Lamar balling right now.
Hey, Dak's sneaking in the play in the MVP level too, man.
No, he's not. He's not. You stop. You stop.
If he beats New England, that's gonna raise it up.
Stop.
Yes, he is.
You need to stop. Let's move on. Let's talk about our NFL Week 12 Wise picks. Tomorrow night we got a big time matchup. We got the Colts versus the Texans. So give me a prediction, Clarence. Let's also talk about this game. What do you think the key is going to be in this game?
You know, Deshaun Watson, he gotta realize himself. You know, it was horrible in Baltimore. And be more, I would say, and be more. This game right here determine who's gonna basically win the AFC South. You know, this is their second time meeting, and probably next time they meet probably is a wild card. So it's a big expectation from both teams.
I think the Colts won the first matchup.
Yeah, they did.
They did.
They did.
Texas, yeah.
Drop pass, and
Yeah.
it was wow. But this Texas team, they really the O-line gonna have to step up and play and get this Colts team, because they front seven is actually nice with Justin Houston, D'Amico Torre, and you know Jabbar Shear. They can get to the quarterback, and if you don't stop them three right there, Deshaun Watson might be running for his life again, man.
Yeah, you're right. This is a big time matchup because both of these teams are sitting at 6-4. So whoever wins this game, they're going to have the upper hand to win the AFC South. And if the Colts win this game, they'll really be in the driver's seat. They already beat Houston once, so you know,
sweep them again.
Yeah,
Why not?
This is a big time game. I want to say the key for the Colts, they have to hand the ball off to Marlon Mack. Marlon Mack is the engine for the Indianapolis Colts offense. Like, he is the driver in the car. When you get in the car, it's Jacoby Brissett and the passenger, and it's Marlon Mack driving the car. Like, he drives the car for this Colts offense. In order for the Colts to be able to have any chance, they got to hand the ball off to Marlon Mack at least 25 times.
Yeah.
At least. And they got a great offensive line.
Man, I love that line.
Oh, man, they got one of the best offensive lines in the NFL. Like, they have to hand the ball off to Marlon Mack multiple times. And they got to put some pressure on the Houston Texans offense. Like, if they can apply some pressure to Deshaun Watson, I think they got a chance to win this game. Give me a prediction. Who you got?
Man, Texas at home, I think they should come take care of the business. I got Houston winning that game 21-14. That's not gonna be a blowout, but it's gonna be a close one and a very short fair. If it's gonna be a low scoring affair, if the three defensive linemen I just named, Justin Houston, D'Amico Torre, and Jabbar Shear, they get to Deshaun Watson, they gonna be problems. But I got Houston winning this one in a close one. I think Deshaun Watson is gonna pull it off, man.
I think Deshaun Watson will pull it off too.
Yeah.
I believe the Houston Texans, they'll bounce back from that rough game they had, being able to stop the run against the Ravens. But I think they'll bounce back in this game. I think Marlon Mack will struggle to get 100 yards.
Yeah.
If he gets 100 yards, I think the Colts win.
Yeah.
If he doesn't get 100 yards, I think the Texans win. I think the Texans' rush defense will show up on Thursday Night Football, and I believe the Texans will win this game. I'll say 24-20.
That's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, I think, because I wouldn't be surprised if the Colts win this game. I'm going to pick the Texans because they're at home.
That's basically just who wins it or whatever. But make sure y'all watch that game 8:20 Thursday on Fox. All right, now we about to move on for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Atlanta Falcons. Both teams 3-7.
Yeah.
They're not making the playoffs no more.
Yeah.
So they just gonna be fighting for bragging rights. Who you got winning that game, man?
I think the Falcons actually win this game. They're
Really?
playing great football right now. It seems like they're playing for Dan Quinn's job. That's what it seems like is going on.
Yeah.
I'm not going to talk about this game very much because it's two irrelevant teams.
Yeah.
I'll say the Falcons win this game 21-17.
I'm actually taking the Buccaneers right there, man, because Jameson Winston's second in passing yard, and he's proven that he can pass in this league, but the interceptions got to come down. But I think he will get it done. He got two good receivers, and Chris Godwin and Mike Evans. If they execute it, I think they can steal this one in Atlanta.
What's your score?
I got them winning 31-24.
Okay, high scoring. Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be high scoring. They're always high scoring in Atlanta, baby.
Denver suffered a gruesome loss last week to the Minnesota Vikings. They traveled to Buffalo to take on Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. Who you got winning this game and why? Broncos or Bills?
I'm taking the Bills right here because Josh Allen, he's a dual threat quarterback and he making plays with his feet instead of he might not throw the ball a lot, but he can make plays with his feet. And I think they gonna take care of Denver Broncos. I got them winning 28-14.
28-14.
I don't think Kyle Allen Brandon Allen is gonna come in here and just, hey, I'm about to throw 4 touchdowns. Nah, you a bench player, man.
I think this game gonna be closer than you think. I got the Bills winning too, but I think the Bills gonna win on a late field goal. See, the Broncos play hard.
They do.
They do. They play hard. They in every game. They been in every game.
I agree. I give it to that.
They really play hard. They just can't make those key plays down the stretch. I think it's gonna be another heartbreaker for the Broncos. They'll lose this game 24-21. I got the Bills. You got the Bills 28-14.
All right. You got the New York Giants going up north to your right, the Chicago Bears, man. You know the Giants, they've been losing as usual, 2-8 in Chicago. The hell's going up there with Mitchell, man? We got winning that game, man.
I'll take the Bears, unfortunately.
It seemed like you didn't want to take the Bears.
I didn't want to pick the Bears. I wanted to pick the Giants, but I couldn't think of a reason to pick the Giants. I picked the Bears because of that great defense that they have. And they're going to be playing in Chicago. They're going to have a home crowd behind them. I got the Bears winning. I'll say this game will be low scoring, though. It'll be 17-10.
Yeah. I'm taking definitely Chicago. Their defense is still reliable. Mitchell Trubisky I still have question marks around him. And feed David Montgomery the ball. Give him the ball more. Let him actually have the experience. But I got Chicago winning this. Low scoring game too. 16-13.
16-13. But you got it close.
Yeah.
Yep. I think it'll be a good one, too.
Yeah.
We got the Miami Dolphins traveling to Cleveland to take on the Cleveland Browns. Give me a score and why.
Man, let me tell you this. You might look at me crazy, but I'm actually taking the Miami Dolphins at this one, man.
Okay.
They actually been playing football
over the last 3 weeks.
Yeah,
they have.
And Ryan Fitzpatrick, he been playing like, hey, I want a second contract, which he's not gonna get a second contract. But the Browns still dealing with how they go give OBJ the ball. Kareem Hunt is coming back, and I think this Dolphins team can actually steal this one because they're not focused. The Browns aren't. They're not focused. But I got the Dolphins winning this game, 21-17.
21-17. Okay. Yeah. I got the Browns winning this game, 23-17. It's gonna be closer than most people anticipate. The Browns, they have no discipline on this football team. But I'm gonna pick them to win this game because I think the Dolphins are that much inept. The Dolphins been playing well for 3 weeks. I think it's asking too much of them to play well for a month. That's asking a little bit too much of the Dolphins. I think the Dolphins gonna struggle in the cold weather. And like I said, Clarence, when you live in South Beach or you live in any of these warm cities and you go to a cold city and play, you struggle.
Yeah.
I think the Dolphins gonna struggle in Cleveland on Sunday afternoon. I think it'll be close, 23-17.
Let's just make sure nobody don't hit Ryan Fitzpatrick with a helmet, man. All right. So we got the Carolina Packers. They sitting at 5-5, and this is a must-win. But they're going to New Orleans Saints. A Saints team that's been hot right now. Drew Brees back, and you can't guard Mike. We got winning that, man.
Saints. I think the Saints will win this game. The Saints, when they lost against the Falcons 2 weeks ago, throw that tape out. That was just a bad, rough week. I hope I'm wrong about this, though, because my Packers are fighting for that top 2 seed in the NFC to have a home playoff game and have a first-round bye. But I think the Saints will prevail in this game. I'll say Saints 28, Panthers 17.
Okay, yeah. I definitely got the Saints winning that game, man. I think they winning big. Michael Thomas have another big game. Hey, this might be the game. He might get 100 catches. So I got them winning big, 45-21. Michael Thomas probably gonna have like 3 touchdowns in that
Real
game.
quick, too, I gotta say this, too. I owe Michael Thomas an apology. Because,
yes!
You remember?
Yes!
I don't know if you remember this.
Yes! He's finally apologizing.
Nah, because listen,
he's finally apologizing.
I still don't think Michael Thomas is the best receiver in the NFL.
Oh my gosh, stop it.
Wait. Because when he got his contract, I said, damn, how the hell he getting paid all this money? He ain't the best receiver in the NFL, but he's legit. He's the real deal. Like, Michael Thomas is the real deal. I still don't think he's the best receiver in the NFL.
He's 6 catches shy for 100 catches on the season.
He's the best receiver in the NFL?
Right now, as of right now, he has.
You better know them?
Yeah. Not overall, but this season.
You better Julio?
Julio, he's not playing Julio. He's not Julio Jones right now, man.
That's because the Falcons is a mess. They're a mess.
It is though, but
He better than DeAndre Hopkins?
see Hopkins.
No, he's
Hopkins,
not.
I'm saying just for this season, but overall, DeAndre Hopkins has got the better hands.
Yeah.
He got the way better hands, and when he take hits, he bounce right back off of them. I be thinking he about to get killed out there, but he doesn't, man.
Yeah. Let's move on. Raiders at Jets, another meaningless game.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna pick the Raiders in this game. I think the Raiders will win this game. They got a shot at the playoffs. They actually playing good football. It's meaningless because the Jets are so irrelevant. But the Raiders are 6-4 right now.
Yeah.
The Raiders are a good team, Clarence. I'm shit like I can't believe it.
I honestly owe the Oakland Raiders apology too.
Oh, I guess we just apologize.
Yeah, Stepdad, he's a big fan of the Raiders, and I thought they was gonna be terrible, honestly. But Josh Jacobs is playing phenomenal, and I think he should have a case for like Rookie of the Year because he's the leading rusher for all rookies and touchdowns. But I'm gonna have to disagree with you here, man. I'm definitely taking the Jets because they defense.
Huh?
The Jets, listen,
You did all that to pick the Jets?
I'm just saying.
And Adam Gase?
Listen, Adam Gase coaching is probably a little question, but
Little, probably. What you
yeah,
mean?
I'm just saying. But when he when he at home, he plays well. The defense, I love Jamal Adams. He's electrifying. That I can't pass up. I got the Jets winning this, and it's gonna be a short game because the Raiders defense is really not that good. 17-10. I got the Jets winning, man. Raiders defense is not that good. Only their defense looked good because they were playing the Bengals. My Bengals, man.
I ain't watched that game. I got the Raiders 26-14.
Have you ever watched Bengals game?
Never. I was at first to trade me. I wasn't wasting my time watching that game. But I was gonna say, real quick, I want to give John Gruden a lot of credit because John Gruden he shocked me because he had some questionable decisions when he took over with the Raiders. Trade away Khalil Mack, and I don't give a damn what happens moving forward. That was a mistake. Still, he had the nerve to trade away Khalil Mack. Then he had the nerve to go to the press conference and say, "Well, we need some help. We don't have any pass rushers." Damn it, because you trade the best pass rusher in the NFL.
Trading Khalil Mack is like trading in your bicycle. Your Mercedes Benz for a bicycle, man.
Yeah. I had questions about this Raiders team, like all the things that was going on with AB in the offseason. I thought this, and then Vontaze Burfict getting suspended for the year. I had a lot of questions about this Raiders team, and I think this Raiders team has really overachieved, and they got a chance at a wild card spot to take the players in the AFC.
They might be a leading division. One, the way how they go rolling.
The Chiefs, yeah, you never know.
Yeah, Chiefs ain't playing the Chiefs ball, man.
Right, let's move on.
All right, we got Seattle. Ooh, Russell Wilson coming back from a bye week, man. So you know he's fresh, but he going into Philly, man. It's supposed to be cold this weekend, man. But Philly, they struggling. But who you got winning that game?
I got the Eagles. This is my upset special of the week. Yep, I got the Eagles. If the Eagles don't have any chance of winning the NFC East, the Eagles got to steal a game from the Cowboys. This is the week to do it. Because I know the Cowboys are going to lose to the Patriots. I'm going to let it be known now. Cowboys going to lose to the Patriots this week. So, the Eagles going to beat the Seattle Seahawks, and they'll be tied atop the NFC East after week 12.
Now, I definitely have to disagree with you here. I'm definitely taking the Seahawks in this one, man. Carson Wentz never won a game against Russell Wilson. And it's going to continue.
Never. Yeah.
It's going to continue that, man. And I think Russell Wilson playing at elite level. He's playing at elite level. He's going to carry on to Philly and take care of business. I'm going to tell you, 28-21. It's always going to be a close game because Russell always start off slow.
He do, but he make plays on his time.
Oh, God.
He do.
He got like 3 fumbles and still win the game.
Yep, for sure. Let's move on to another meaningless game. The Jacksonville Jaguars and the Titans. Clarence, who you got? Like I don't want to put my shots on
Look,
this.
Nick Foles, he played solid last week, but it won't be too much. I definitely got the Titans winning that game, 35-28, because Derrick Henry could run the ball. They committed to the run, and Ryan Tannehill is playing good service football.
I got the Jags win this game. You know why?
Right.
Because the
Supposed
Titans
to lose
somehow you'll look up on Sunday afternoon, and we're gonna be like, how the hell did Jacksonville Jaguars beat the Titans? Like we're gonna be like, how did this happen? Like what's going on? It happens all the time. Titans inconsistent. I got the Jags winning this game. I'll say Jags 21, Titans 17.
Oh, you taking a big gamble on that one, though.
Yeah.
But we gonna see what's going on Sunday. All right. Now we got the Dallas Cowboys. Actually, this is my first time ever seeing them play the New England Patriots. So I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
And they're going in Foxborough, which I think is going to be it's always tough in Foxborough. But this is my upset of the week. I'm definitely taking the Cowboys over the New England Patriots.
What?
Yes.
You got the Cowboys? What's your score?
I got them winning 31-24.
Whoa.
And Zeke will have 1 touchdown with like 80 rushing yards. But let me tell you this. That's why I looked on the next gen stat. When Zeke actually run outside, that's what most likely run outside the hole. That's what most likely his yards come from. Like when he run in the zone. And I think him and Prescott, they gonna dominate. Prescott stay consistent. Don't get nervous about this Patriots defense. He gonna be just fine, man. Like I got the Cowboys winning 31-24.
I got the Patriots winning 28-17. But let's talk about this game.
All right.
Since you think the Cowboys gonna win, what are your keys to a Cowboys victory? What has to happen?
Zeke need to run the ball. Defense need to make good stops. And Dak Prescott, he can't be nervous. He can't be nervous. Yeah, you in Foxborough. It's a tough state. It's a tough field to play on, but you got to anticipate it. You just got to play. You got to keep playing. And the most concerned thing I'm gonna be about is Jason Garrett's coaching, because that's gonna be my scare. But I think the Dallas can really pull this off, man.
Okay, so let's talk about that. Like coaching, obvious edge to the Patriots. That's the biggest edge in everything so far this week. That's the biggest gap of all these head coaches all week facing each other. Right. It's Bill Belichick and Jason Garrett. Nothing to talk about there. Let's talk about these quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Dak Prescott or Tom Brady, who has the edge?
You know, they always give Brady the edge because he's always at home. But to me, for real, like, he really does have the edge because he got that home field advantage, and he plays great. He plays great at home. I can't deny that. He plays great at home. He takes care of his business. And sometimes defense wins games, but when he's on fire, Brady is on fire. But he definitely got the edge because he's at home. He's at home, and he never really lose at home.
See, I can't believe I'm about to say this. I think Dak Prescott got the quarterback edge this week.
It's going to be scary.
Because Brady has not been playing well this season. I said that earlier in the show. I'm going to say it again. He's like the 17th or 18th best quarterback. Like, he's at the bottom half of quarterbacks in the NFL. I think Dak Prescott is going to outplay Tom Brady, but I think the Patriots will outplay the Cowboys. So I think Prescott will throw for maybe over 300 yards, perhaps. But I think Brady will throw for like 200, right at 200. And like Prescott's stats will look better than Brady's stats, but I think Brady will win the game in the end. And the Cowboys are going to fold like they always do. I think the Cowboys are actually going to lead and be leading this game throughout the entire game. And I think the Patriots are going to pull away.
I think the only takeaway from this is Jason Garrett coaching.
Yeah,
that is going to be a key factor to this.
Yeah, I just believe in order for the Cowboys to have any chance, they got to be able to make plays in the passing game. I think they will. I think Dak Prescott to make a few plays in the passing game. But I think that Patriots defense is going to be too much, Clarence. You know, this Patriots defense is a legitimate group. Like, this is a legendary defense that the Patriots playing with right now. Yeah. I think they hold the Cowboys to 17 points. I got Patriots 28-17. I think the Patriots offense do just enough. But I think the Cowboys also will turn the ball over at one point in this game on offense. And I think the Patriots will get a defensive touchdown this game.
Yeah.
So with this 28, the Patriots defense is going to contribute 7 points themselves. So I think Tom Brady and them can manage 21.
It's going to be a hell of a game. And also the wind chill in Foxborough is going to be a main thing. But, you know, I want to go to this game right here.
Yeah.
The Baltimore Ravens. They going up to L.A. Rams. And, I think it's going to be Lamar Jackson versus Aaron Donald. How quick you think Aaron? I just want before we give our prediction, like, what's your keys to this Monday night game?
I don't think the keys is going to be, can Jared Goff make key late throws? Because Jared Goff has a history of turning the ball over. Like, he's very inconsistent. He's inconsistent, and I think that's secondary for the Ravens. Marlon Humphreys, Jimmy Smith, Marcus Peters, they are going to be making plays in that secondary for the Ravens. And I'm not so sure Jared Goff can make consistent throws down the field for the Rams. I did like the Rams' game plan against the Bears. Because the Rams gave Todd Gurley the ball much more. Todd Gurley played, that was his best game of the year against the Bears in Week 11 on that Sunday night matchup. Todd Gurley had, I think, 97 rushing yards. Yeah, so that was, we'll give him 100. Like, that was probably his best performance of the year. If the Rams can stay consistent in the run game and give Todd Gurley the football, I think they'll have a chance to beat the Ravens and Lamar Jackson. It'll be an upset. But they got to get the ball to Todd Gurley. If they get into a shootout, they're going to lose.
I agree with you. I think the keys to games for the LA Rams is disturbing Lamar Jackson. Will you be able to make that disturbance for him and make him do stuff that he's not used to doing? And then you got Jalen Ramsey. You require him. you have a shutdown corner that's basically watching any receiver that Lamar throws it to. He might throw it to his tight end, but the key thing for the Ravens is take advantage of the disadvantage what they have now. The secondary, in my opinion, for the Rams is really not that good. I mean, Ramsey got there, but they traded like key players, but they did it for salary cap. But that's gonna be like the main focus. Can Lamar Jackson beat this Ravens team with his arm instead of his legs?
I agree. I agree with that. What's your score in this game?
You know, I got Baltimore. I got Baltimore winning that game, 31-28. I always think it's gonna be short because the Rams do play good at home. I give them that.
It's gonna be a good game.
And if Todd Gurley break out, it might get crazy. But I still got Baltimore winning this game. Lamar Jackson, this run game is phenomenal, man.
Yeah, I got the actually Rams win this game. It's probably my upset of the week.
Again?
If the Rams want to have any chance, of making the playoffs, you gotta win this game.
I told you, man. In the other episode, man, they not making it, man.
You did. I think the Rams. Listen, the Rams. They're not winning the NFC West. It's over.
You take that out.
Yeah, it's done deal.
Take that out.
Seattle or the 49ers will win the NFC West. That's a done deal. The Rams have a shot at an NFC wild card. If they continue to win games, they'll position themselves to win one of those NFC wild card spots. I think they got to win this game against the Ravens. I got the Rams winning 27-14.
Okay.
I'm sorry, 27-24.
Ooh,
No, my bad.
Ooh.
No, I got the Rams 27-24.
Oh, you got Lamar.
Lamar gonna ball. Lamar gonna ball. Lamar gonna ball.
14?
Lamar gonna ball. I just think the Rams gonna make a couple necessary plays late, and I think they'll be able to prevail.
So how many sacks Aaron Donald might have in this game?
I'll say he'll have 2.
He might have 0. He's not catching Lamar. Hey, now listen to this game.
Yeah.
It's still is weak, and us Bengals fans is pumped. We might be losers this season, but when it's Pittsburgh week, it get real ugly and physical, man. Who you got winning that game, man?
Nobody cares.
No, you do care.
Nobody cares about not the game. I'm saying nobody cares about the Pittsburgh week. This ain't the year for that.
That's the toughest division in the league.
Humble
man.
yourself. This ain't the year, bro.
I know this ain't the year.
Let it go.
No.
You gotta let it go. You gotta let this go.
We gotta get one win. But I'm asking you, Trey, who's gonna win this game?
The Steelers will win this game. They'll win this game 20-10.
20-10?
Yeah, I won't watch the game. When the Bengals playing, I find other things to do around the house, clean the house up. I found a whole bunch of things I haven't been able to get done during the week when the Bengals game is on. Because for us, unfortunately, being here in the Cincinnati market, on Channel 12, they show all these irrelevant Bengal games. Like last week, the Eagles and Patriots was playing on CBS, and I had to go turn my Fire Stick on because on Channel 12 they had the damn Bengals and Raiders game on. I'm like, man, turn this game off, man.
You
I had to go
watching a great game.
I had to go hook up my Fire Stick though, because on regular the Channel 12 here in the market, they show the Bengals games. Like, stop showing these games. Like, seriously, this ain't the year. Like, they need to stop doing it. Like, and you need to give it up, bro.
Nah.
Like I was always told, when it's time to let things go, you need to let this go. Let it go, bro. It'll help your strength. It'll help your energy. Like, let it go. You won't be so depressed when we had these conversations.
Well, we did let one of our problems go. That was Marvin Lewis. But anyway, you know, I'm definitely taking my Bengals to win this. Look, James Conner or Juju Smith might not play. They might not play, and that's key, and that's big for the Steelers. That's their offense right there.
So are you picking with your heart or are you picking with your head?
I'm picking.
Because if you picking with you gotta be picking with your heart, right? That's your heart.
Look, my heart is in the Bengals, but my head, if the Bengals can take advantage of their miscues on the offense, I think they can win it. It's gonna be a small short game, and I got them winning this game. You gonna think I'm crazy?
Oh man.
17-14.
This is the same guy that said the Bengals was gonna beat Lamar a couple weeks ago. So don't forget about that.
Hey, you know Lamar, he ain't good on bye weeks when he come off bye weeks, but he killed us. But we gonna pass that up.
Yeah, y'all gonna get beat again. I say Steelers 2010. What's your score?
I got Bengals 17-14. Ryan Finley throwing a career high, 250 yards. That's all he needs. Joe Mixon needs to get a rushing touchdown. We might win this game, man.
My lady friend, she's a Bengals season ticket holder. I told her to sell her tickets. Like, stop wasting
She's
time
doing the right
down
thing.
there on Sunday.
She's doing the right thing.
No, I
going
told
down
her-
there on Sunday.
No, she's not.
Yes, she is.
You can spend so much other time doing other things. Like, there's plenty of other things you can do on Sunday. Like, go to brunch.
Watch the Bengals game.
Go to brunch. Go watch another game. Those games are relevant.
You always want to watch your city.
And this week, it's probably going to be a whole bunch of Steelers, like, fans that's in the stand.
Oh, I'm down there. I'm trying to fight.
And you going?
Yeah, I ain't going to the game, but I might go to the pep rallies, go to the tailgate.
You're too emotional, bro. Let's move on.
It's all good, man.
Yeah.
Hey, but this, honestly, this is my game of the week.
It is.
It is definitely the game of the week. It's your Green Bay Packers going against the good San Francisco 49ers. Now this one came from like a realist as me.
Key to the game.
The keys to the game, man. San Francisco. This stop Aaron Rodgers. Don't even let him get in his rhythm. You have to play your heart out when you play against this man, because this man will make you pay on short passes, and now you got a legit run game and Aaron Jones. That's going to be very scary for this team. But the main thing is, can Jimmy Garoppolo can he perform in this Sunday night game?
Yeah. In this game, the key for my Packers is to shut down that 49ers running attack. If we shut down that 49ers running attack with Breida and some of those running backs that they got, if we shut that down, we can win the game. We will win the game. Because make Jimmy G beat you. That's the recipe for success if you're going up against the 49ers. Make Jimmy Garoppolo beat you. Because I don't think porn star Jimmy is going to be able to get it done. I've said it time and time again. I don't think Jimmy G is one of those quarterbacks that you can depend on and hand him the ball and say, hey, we need you to carry us today. We need you to win this game for us. Jimmy G needs to be assisted with a great defense and a great running game. If we shut down Jimmy G, we win the football game. It's that simple. I'm sorry. If we shut down the running game, shut down the running game, win the game. It's that simple. If we don't shut down the running game, we'll lose.
I think Jimmy G knows this game is more important than anything because he playing a red hot Packers team that's coming off a bad week.
Yep.
And they hungry for more wins. Aaron Jones is playing phenomenal. He's basically Aaron Rodgers' sidekick. If Aaron Rodgers is not playing at his level, Aaron Jones is definitely gonna back him up. But I'm gonna definitely give you my prediction, man. I'm definitely being honest with you. I'm gonna definitely take the Green Bay Packers in this game because Aaron Rodgers is the man that can get the job done. And when you play him in primetime games, he can be a bad man. But I got Green Bay winning this one, a close one,
Yeah.
27-24.
This game has huge playoff implications.
Huge.
Because this game, whoever wins this game will be in sole possession at the top of the NFC. So whoever wins this game, they'll be the number one seed in the NFC. Both these teams obviously will make the playoffs.
Yeah,
we can agree there. Yeah, but you want to be able to have home field advantage come through Green Bay. You want the road to the Super Bowl to come through Wisconsin. I'm going.
I will agree with you on this. If Green Bay have the home field advantage at home, that can be very, very, very dangerous.
Yeah.
It can be very dangerous because it's cold out there.
Yeah.
And some of these teams on the West Coast, they so used to the sun, and they going over there to that cold, tundra over there. I don't know how you can even be at that game when it's freezing cold, Trey.
Yeah.
You crazy, man. I always tell somebody, you crazy to go to that.
I want to say something else, too, real quick, because I'm emotional when it comes to the 49ers.
Yeah.
Because the 49ers have broke my heart and beat my Packers twice.
I remember that.
In the Aaron Rodgers era. They beat us twice.
Kaepernick.
One year it was Kaepernick. Kaepernick lit our defense up. Poor Charles Wilson. I love Charles Wilson. Charles Wilson is the first ballot Hall of Famer, for sure. But he got lit up in that game. He looked it bad. But after that, I think it was the following year, because Aaron Rodgers I think he got hurt, and he came back, and he played in a playoff game. We got beat at Lambeau again by the 49ers. The 49ers have our number, but it ain't going to happen this week. So all you 49er fans on Facebook, Christian Bradley, Robert Anthony, Mike Drop, you know who you are. Go ahead and hit my inbox, because I want all the best. I want all the smoke this week. Because the 49ers ain't going to beat my Packers this week, not on Sunday night. And I'm glad the NFL flexed this game. Because at first, this game was scheduled for a 4:25 kickoff.
That wouldn't be fun.
Now it's going to be an 8:20 kickoff on Sunday Night Football. So I can't wait to see all these 49ers fans on Facebook next week, because my Packers going to beat the 49ers. I got my Packers winning this game 31-17. Yep, 2 touchdown win for my Packers on Sunday. Aaron Rodgers going to ball out, and he's going to elevate himself back into the MVP conversation. I love Aaron Jones and Jamal Williams at the running back position. Those guys are playing great football. The duo at running back, I believe those two are the best duo at the running back position. Jones and Williams, they both make plays in the passing game for the Packers. Devontae Adams just getting his feet back up under him. He was injured for a couple weeks with turf toe. I think Devontae Adams is going to have a hell of a game for my Packers this week. I don't think that 49ers defense is going to have any answers for either Aaron Jones or Aaron Rodgers, and I think the Packers are going to prevail 31-17 in Santa Clara, and we'll be 9-2 by Sunday night.
Well, I hope they win because I got Aaron Jones and Jamal Williams on my fantasy, so I need them to have a big game.
Yeah.
But we'll be watching that game for sure, man.
It's gonna be a good one.
Yeah.
It's gonna be definitely be a good game.
Yes.
But this was a great show, bro.
Yeah, definitely, man. It was a great show. A lot of excitement. A lot of craziness going on.
Yeah.
Man.
Follow Wise Guys on Twitter at wiseguys_OH. Also on Facebook, Wise Guys. And be sure to follow Wise Guys on Instagram at These Guys Know Sports. Enjoy all the games this week.
Yes.
Oh, by the way, don't forget, go on our Facebook page. I'm going to make a poll as soon as we leave and get off here. Who's better, Anthony Davis or the Greek Freak? Because this guy, for some reason, believes that the Greek Freak is better than Anthony Davis, and that's ridiculous. Like, let us know what y'all think. I'm Trey Larkins.
I'm Clarence Nixon.
This Wise Guy signing off. Have a great week.
Wise guys, wise guys, wise guys, wise guys, wise guys, wise guys. Tracy Larkins, Chris Mitchell, Tracy Larkins, Chris Mitchell. These guys know sports. Wise guys, wise guys. These guys know sports. Wise guys, wise guys, wise guys. Tracy Larkins, Chris Mitchell.